My name is Justin Gaming. Welcome to episode 13 of Gaming at its Core. Today I'm joined by Online ZHD.
Hello.
We've
What's up?
got Josh McKenna.
What's down?
Special guest with us, Foggy, aka arkayneshad0w.
Yo.
And we got the special return of Meal Kick Media.
There.
So,
He couldn't leave our podcast and he had to join back.
Nah.
Yeah. Yeah.
like every week, we're going to start with what has everybody been playing. So I'm going to let Brandon start. You can tell us what you've been playing this week.
All right. So I think I have been mainly just playing Hellblade, GTA San Andreas. I think those are like the two games I've been playing. Going to Hellblade, of course, I finished the game. It's not that long of a game. It's like 8 hours long, I'd have to say. Probably about that. Enjoyed the game a lot. Got my review out. It's a really good game. I liked it a lot. GTA San Andreas, just making more progress on that. It's been pretty fun. And yeah, live streamed that today. So that's pretty much what I've been playing this week. Just those two games.
How scary does Hellblade get at the end? Because I saw Robin's review and he's like, "Oh, I had to take breaks at the end because it was getting freaky."
I mean, I didn't find it too scary. It was intense, but yeah, it was intense for sure. But I didn't take a break. I played it like all in one sitting. Well, not like the whole game, but like that intense part that he's talking about. I know what he's talking about.
Yeah.
It's like when you get to a certain.
just
I won't
weak.
spoil it. Yeah, Robin is just a pussy. Oh yeah.
Yeah, you're supposed to. Like, you make it through horror.
Pussy yo-yo.
If you can only just make it through horror games, what made you think he'll
No,
go?
but I know what part he's talking about, but I didn't find it too scary. It was cool. I like that's actually my favorite location. The same part he's talking about is that one location that I talked about in my review. That's really cool. But yeah. Yep. Have any of you guys played Hellblade? No.
No,
No.
I want to.
All
Do you think-
casuals.
Yes,
Do
I
you think
do.
they're gonna make a physical version of it?
I don't think so. The only reason they did digital only was because of the cut costs. Because they don't have a publisher for this game, so it's all of them. It's like practically an indie game. By Ninja
I
Theory.
think I'll get it. Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Play it before Lost
It's
Legacy.
definitely worth 30. Worth 30, not worth 30.
The worst 30, huh?
It's the worst $30.
Yes,
Yeah, it's definitely worth the $30 though, for sure.
I'll
I mean,
probably
8 hours
get
is
it when it's
great.
like half the price.
Bruh, all you guys trying to get this company bankrupt.
Nah,
Supporting
dude.
their games.
No, they're probably. I
Save
think
money.
they're working on something else at the same time. Honestly, so I feel like they're gonna have something within the next year or two.
Wait,
From the
Hellblade? I mean, Ninja 3?
They've got
I
more
hope
than
it's
20
not-
people there.
I hope it's not freaking Disney Infinity 4.0.
I don't think they would. They worked on it, but like I don't know.
Have any of you guys played their previous games? Talking more about Hellblade, like have you played
DMC.
Enslaved?
I played a bit of DMC.
Oh.
So.
Mm,
I played Heavenly Sword and I played Heavenly Sword and Enslaved Odyssey to the West.
I don't think I have actually.
Yeah, they haven't made that many games actually. Looking back at it, but yeah, Hellblade's probably like at least like it would probably be like in their top 2 or so. I'd say. I mean, I haven't played DMC. That's the only game I haven't really played from them. Well, I haven't played Disney Infinity either, but I can't say that's probably their best game. But yeah.
Well, they didn't make it like themselves or anything. I think they just worked
Yeah,
on
they
the
just
combat.
worked on the lightsaber combat or something. Like they're really good with sword
Yeah.
combat. That's the thing. Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
All right, I can go next if that's okay.
Yeah. Go ahead.
All right, so what have I been playing?
CS:GO.
Oh, that's right. I also played Justin with CS:GO. That's right.
Yeah, I played a bit of. Honestly, I haven't played that much this week. I played a bit of CS:GO with Brandon, like a few games, and then I just played a few games by myself and with other friends. But I didn't play other than CS:GO. I didn't play any other PC games, and the only other game I've played is Crash Bandicoot. So I've just been playing Dancing Trilogy, and
Woo. Finally.
I'm almost.
again.
Hey, I'm still going pretty slow, but like at least I'm like kind of going faster than I was before. I'm like almost
what
done the
she
first
said.
game.
I had to share play because you're stuck on a level. So I
Wait,
had to
what?
carry
Okay,
it
and the
to
first
that.
okay, don't say that. Be quiet, Brandon. That's
get
such a lie. That's such a lie. Yeah. Anyways, I'm almost done Crash Bandicoot 1. I'm on the last island. I think I have like 5 levels left to go, so I'm really close.
All right.
So
Who's next?
Fog, you go.
you can go here.
Oh, okay. So, I haven't been playing that much. I've been trying to. Well, I haven't been trying to, but I've been playing less games recently. But I've been playing a lot of ARMS and Metroid Prime. So, yeah.
Those Nintendo games? No, I'm joking.
Oh yeah, wrong podcast for that, isn't it?
No, Gaming at Score's not like a PlayStation
No, I
podcast at
know,
all.
I know.
I was joking around.
Wow,
Yeah,
it
I
really
thought-
is.
I
It's
thought
the
we-
Uncharted podcast, but
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah. I mean, going back to the Switch and stuff, like, ARMS is cool. It looks cool, but mainly, I don't know. You haven't been liking Splatoon 2? I know you have that game, right?
No, I like it. It's just like I get bored of it quickly. I prefer arms.
I see. That's cool. Alright.
Ryan, what about
Next.
you?
I've been playing Uncharted 2. Haven't really gotten to play that much this week just because I've had like a bunch of like work and stuff to do. So going through Uncharted 2, I'll probably finish that up tonight. And I think I'll play The Last Guardian tomorrow. So
Good game.
yeah, heard good things. So
Besides the controls, yeah.
oh yeah, I mean, what are you gonna do about that? That's what you get when a game's in development for like 10 years. So
True. Alright.
Silent.
Josh, go. 'Cause
Yeah.
Josh can't say anything.
Let the casual speak. I've been playing mainly Hitman. I played a bit of Destiny for like the first proper time in like 2 weeks. I've kind of just been releveling a character on that. And Hitman, I've just pretty much been just doing other challenges and just exploring sort of some of the locations and just trying to see what they've kind of, because like the level design on that game is pretty good. It's pretty. it's
Did
pretty
you get
good.
your
So
review up
probably-
by the time we recorded our podcast last week?
No, yes, no, I did. Yeah, I
You
did.
did. Alright.
I think it was on the
never
same day actually.
mind. Yeah, I think it was like earlier that day. Yeah.
So if you want to read my full thoughts, go on. No. But no, I think it's like the story side of it. The game isn't that great. Like it has the elements there which could make a good story, but how it's actually played out is not that great. But that's not really where you'd play Hitman anyway. At least I don't think. But gameplay wise, if you like stealth games, just buy it. It's fucking amazing. So
All right, Dan, what about you? If you're here.
Yeah. Yeah, I've just been mainly playing. I played a bit of Injustice 2. I've been playing a bit of Crash 1 on PS4. I haven't really played a whole lot because I've just been busy. So played a bit of that. I'm still about halfway through it, so I've still got a fair way to go. Yes, I've played FIFA again. If anyone's gonna fucking ask me if I played FIFA again, yes, I have.
You haven't changed.
No, I haven't changed at all, but I'm still good at the game, so I don't care. Better than playing Destiny.
I knew something like that was coming. I knew it.
Yep, and I'm trying to think if I've played anything else. Played a bit of Titanfall 2, but yeah, that's really been it for me this week. I haven't really played a whole lot. Just spent more time really just doing other stuff, mainly watching TV, catching up with TV shows and stuff like that.
are you watching Walking Dead or?
Oh no, there's no point to rewatch The Walking Dead because I only watched about fucking half of it because most of it's just film.
Yeah.
I'd have to skip out the whole of freaking season 2, season 7, most of season 4, so no point.
I don't
Sounds
see
like
the point
a
in
great
rewatching
show
TV
with great
shows.
writing.
Nah, mate.
It sounds stupid. It's not a terrible show. Like
It's not terrible, it's just not great.
the way people word it, I know season 7 fell off, but yeah, I agree. It's not the best show in the world, but obviously, I mean, I've watched shows that are better. Obviously,
Yeah.
like it's not my favorite show to watch, but it's a good show. I'd say it's still good. Yeah.
All right, that pretty much wraps up what have we all been playing this week. So let's get into some news of the week. So the first topic we have here is No Man's Sky update 1.3 adds 30 hours of story, mission system, player fast travel, and more. So first off, does anybody here have No Man's Sky?
Yeah.
I bought it today.
Oh damn.
Not
My
today.
story of buying it is actually pretty funny because I was not on the hype train at all. And then the morning of, right before the reviews, I read the reviews. Pyro or Madman's Knowledge now, he like convinced me to get it
Oh yeah, I remember he was hyped for that game.
right before the reviews came out. It was such a
Bruh.
bad yeah.
Damn.
Oh man. That was
Yeah.
bad, man.
It's crazy.
So you still
It's
have it? You didn't return it, or did you buy it physically or
I got it
digitally?
digital.
I see.
Ooh.
They had like the whole return thing for that, didn't they? Wasn't like No Man's Sky's the first game you could return on the PlayStation Network or something?
There's
Something
some
like
story in there. I think a
It
lot
was
of
on,
people are
I think it
turning
was
it
on Steam.
Oh,
That's
is
on
it?
Steam.
No,
Yeah.
I swear, like
No, it was on PS4 too. People were like calling Sony for like
Yeah.
refunds. I know what he's talking about. I'm not sure if it was the first game, but it
Oh.
might have been. It was in the news because like, I think it was just popular that Sony like was allowing a lot of people to return it. But hey,
That's
at
pretty
least-
good though. They did that, but
So it's on
I
sale
actually
for
wonder-
$24. So what do you guys think of the actual update though?
I think
Seems
that's cool.
cool.
I haven't played it, but it sounds good.
Yeah. To me,
I
I'm
think-
still
I
not
think
gonna rebuy the game. I think it's a good starting point, but I'd rather wait until it gets more stuff. Like I know it looks really cool still. But,
I was looking at like they've got obviously like an entire page on the website for it, and there's not a ton of stuff they've added. So obviously some things they've changed, but they said about the story how obviously there's like 30 hours of story, and then they said that they said continuously generating missions between the different factions. I'm not sure how it works. I haven't played it yet, but I think that's pretty cool. The fact that if it feels like you're actually making progress with the missions, I think that'll be cool. The multiplayer, I don't think. I think.
What
I
was
guess
that
it's
multiplayer?
cool,
I
but
saw orbs or whatever. Like you can't even see the person.
I think that's basically that is your player model, and obviously
orb.
that's probably something they've implemented with this update because I don't think you had a player model before.
Yeah.
So I think that's just how I don't know whether you could see each other's name. They did say you've got this proximity based voice chat, which I thought was cool.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna play it like very much for this update, but I'm excited to play it like next fall or 2018 fall.
Really that far away?
Is there gonna be?
Well, yeah,
another
because
update
all
next
of
year?
like it'll be like 2.0 or something like that.
Oh, that's true.
So
I guess. Yeah. I mean, it's kind of like a situation like kind of like Minecraft in a way. It's like I'm guessing it's gonna get updates in the future and stuff that's just gonna add
Yeah.
to the game. So, yeah.
I think
I'm probably not
gonna
gonna buy it
get
now.
better.
I'll definitely, if it's interesting, maybe in like a couple like months to like 2018, might buy it. On
Yeah.
sale.
I'm surprised they're still updating this game. I thought like when it came out, like how bad the reviews were and like how much everyone hated this. I thought they just like, leave it for dead. But like that's really cool that they are updating it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think that's the main thing that I think I'm going to praise them for, because what they did was wrong, and actually I don't think it was their game, and obviously it's what they've made, but I feel like Sony pushed them to get it out early, and they probably would have delayed it
Right.
even longer.
You think
I
Sony
don't
pushed
know.
them out to get it
I
early?
think so. They did it with Uncharted
Yeah.
3 from what I heard as well, which is possibly why Uncharted 3 was not as good as going by the general consensus. But I think that was part of the reason. Plus, you saw how much Sony promoted that game. They Sean Murray and them lied about it, but I feel like they set their ambitions high. They set what they wanted to do and talked about it, and kind of their passion and their wants took over what they actually was, which was it's not obviously very good when you're advertising a game. But I think they should be praised, as Ryan just said, for the fact that they haven't just run away with the money, because they're like I think it's like 9 people that worked on the game. So you think how much money they probably got from sales, even if they still have to refund it. I'm sure loads of people didn't care to go through that process of refunding it, kind of thing. And I still don't. While I don't think it was that great at launch, I just still don't think it was an awful game to an extent. Like it still had its kind of unique tone of like you can go and explore, regardless of how boring you might say it is. It's
but for $60, I mean.
oh yeah, no, that's
think-
no, it's ridiculous. I'm not saying
I
that.
thought Destiny was a bad ripoff, man. Oh god.
dude,
I'm joking.
I'm not, well, honestly,
Well,
like,
no, technically you're right. It depends though. I think what kept a lot of people going with Destiny was the fanboyism. No, the kind of like a lot of people saw its potential, and the game does have a lot of potential. It just feels like
Yeah.
Bungie will keep missing the mark on a lot of things.
Yeah.
I think
the
that's
thing
the only
is
thing I'm
that
saying.
they didn't have a lot of content, but a lot of people that played Destiny after launch got like 100 hours just out of the base $60. So I still think they got their money's worth, even if
Yeah.
it wasn't up with the content.
Yeah.
I think the issue is it's not only who made it, but it's also the way it was promoted. Because like they were showing off the story, and then that
Right.
wasn't even there in the game. And then on top of that, people were buying it and going with that expectation. And plus, it's a Bungie game, so you would expect that kind of I mean, I haven't played all of the Halos really, but you would, from what I've heard, Halo's pretty good, and like even the story's pretty good. So I think a lot of people went in with that expectation and they didn't get that, and I think that's what pissed people, which is rightfully so, But I think then there was that also community, especially the people who like Borderlands, because it shares that kind of looter shooter. But it is a looter shooter.
Bungie's just gone down. Like seriously, like they used to make really good games like Halo back in the day, and now like Destiny doesn't even seem like.
Again,
when people
I think
of Destiny, they think of like a AAA like Call of Duty. They don't think of like Bungie making like a spectacular game anymore. Like they used to have a
Yeah,
name almost like Naughty Dog in a way.
I think
Yeah,
Now
I think
you
a
just
lot
think
of
of them
that
as a
is
AAA
Activision.
Activision studio thing.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, and I think also again, Bungie probably done what Hello Games did. They said
Well,
what
it's
they wanted
not.
to do,
Yeah.
and actually, the story. So the reason why the story was like that at launch was apparently,
They changed it. Yeah.
yeah,
They,
like so
didn't
they
they
were
change,
gonna-
yeah, something like
they
that.
they
but
delayed
changed
it from I think they delayed it from 2013 to 2014, I think, and in the process of doing that, they towards the end of I think it was around sort of June July time when they were coming to finalizing it, they looked at the story all and that was that's a late time in development, but
And
they wanted to change the story and and rewrite it so that it wasn't as linear. But I think they also and they didn't get the time to do that because Activision wanted them to get it out, and that's why it released like so botched and just not that great in terms of its story. And I think at least that's one sort of story I've heard. So I think that's again blame publishers,
Yeah.
not necessarily all the
Have
time.
you read the one where it's like they detail the story? Like the Queen's brother used to be like some guy, and the Traveler was evil and all sorts of stuff. It was crazy.
I think didn't because they said something that you would go to the Dreadnought and Rasputin would be involved or something.
Right.
I'm pretty sure that was I don't think I can't remember. I can't remember all of it, but I definitely remember some key points. Which is ironic. The Dreadnought was a place that was in Taken King, so you'd have had to. That probably apparently was in the main game before, but
Well, yeah, it was in one of the trailers too, I think.
yeah, actually that's a good point. Yeah, there was. Yeah, and the reef was.
Yeah. So who here is getting Destiny 2? I know we're going from No Man's Sky, but Destiny 2. I know Josh
I
is
might,
gonna buy it.
Not at launch.
At launch. You might, yeah.
No,
I
I'm
think that's a
not.
fair choice.
I don't have the time to dedicate like that much into.
I'm serious. I'm buying Act 2 before I even buy Destiny 2.
Honestly, I'm not trying to say that to you right to just buy it at launch, but the game has become kind of quite simple and like how it was in year one. The game has changed in its end game, and it's not as difficult. Like nowhere near you can play on your own and get to max level. Like it's not as easy that way, and that requires a bit of grind. But if you have a few friends, you can easily kind of just bump up to do either the raids or some other things. And
Yeah, I don't know. I just remember getting the original Destiny and then like having to play for what felt like forever just to get to the first raid. And then,
no, that's fair. I think that's.
it's like,
It's weird because I'm on the side of like I want that middle ground, which I don't think I've found because they've jumped from like year one, which was like really kind of overly inaccessible and only if you've got enough people to do the raid kind of thing and all nightfalls, and then they jumped from that and they got easier during Taken King, then they made it even easier, and now it's kind of like a bit more of a casual.
I never understood the appeal to grinding like thousands of hours like people said. Like, what do you go for? Like, people say gear, but like how much gear is there to get? A lot?
There's not a ton.
Yeah,
And it's but I think it's that kind of game. It's like
you keep not getting that one weapon. That's the thing.
But to me, that just seems so stupid. I don't know.
it's
It's
seems
stupid but
pointless.
addicting.
Borderlands 2 has the same kind of I say Borderlands
I
2.
didn't like
Borderlands
Borderlands.
yeah.
Yeah.
Pre-sequel. It does that same thing of like a boss can have a unique weapon that can drop, or like a unique mod or something, and you can only get it from that boss. So you would grind that boss, so you keep going and killing it until you get it. Which like I find that somewhat fun, but it has to be done in a way that's not repetitive. I know that sounds really sort of counter, from what I've just said, but like, yeah, I think that's an awkward one, but that's the kind of game that Destiny I think is, and it sort of should be, not to the extent of year one, but
I kind of wish that like those games like Destiny came out in the beginning of summer, just because it's always like a drought season.
Yes.
So like,
Right.
if it came out then, like, yeah, I'd play Destiny. But like, so many games coming out. It's like,
I mean, it is like one of the only games of September, but even then,
Yeah,
I
but
guess
that's like,
so, but like,
and then if you're gonna get Knack as well, then especially because Knack's like just the day before.
yeah.
Well,
I know I'm
just
gonna get Knack too because I'm craving platformers after Crash, but
oh yeah, you're craving Knack too.
I'm craving Knack too. Gotta get those pre-order themes and avatars.
So excited for it.
What do you think is going to be better? Do you think Knack 2 is going to be better than the first game, or do you think, like, in terms of like the general consensus, do you think
Well, I've
Knack 2 will
heard
be
that
much
Knack
better?
2 is going to be way better than the original based on like everybody's like all the press that played it. Like
I
said,
like-
and they said the combat's overhauled, like it has new features to it. There's co-op from start to finish.
I think it's like
The
to
one
me,
thing
it
I don't
looks
like is all the environments look similar to one.
Yeah, the whole game to me looks pretty similar. I
Yeah.
did see that there was some screenshots released earlier. Actually, we're making the segue right here, and the screenshots were showing off a skill tree. I think they're in Japanese, but which I think a skill tree. I saw that
A
and I was
skill
like,
tree in Knack
good.
for real?
yes,
Man, that's
and I was
Oh,
happy about
Fong's
that
gotta
'cause I
get it
was
now.
like,
He loves skill trees.
I
Well,
like
I'm
skill
getting
trees too.
that then. Yeah.
They get like,
Maybe not though.
but like I saw that and I was like, well, that's what I think it needs.
Yeah.
Like, I think to me it's too basic.
That's
how-
crazy.
Right.
Has there besides like was there ever like a core platformer that's had skill trees besides things like other like I know other games have done that before like that are platformer
Ratchet
esque.
and Clank.
Yeah, I
kind
know.
of.
I was about to say that, but I was about like a core at its core platformers and stuff. I mean, I know Knack is also like a punch kind of thing, like combat, but it's interesting. I don't know. Knack 2 is just $40, which is great, so it's even cheaper than the original one. So it's not even like a full price game, and
No, I think that's a good choice actually.
yeah, I like how like a lot of games this year have been only like haven't been full price games. Like Hellblades that been 30, Uncharted Lost Legacy is 40, Knack 2 is 40. I know it's just it's different because they're not technically full games, but yeah. I mean, it's been awesome.
Right.
It's been a very cheap year for games, at least in terms of like certain games.
And
Not if you got a Switch.
Well, yeah, but Nintendo's out; they're charging full price for these games.
I know.
Yeah, but there's only like 3 games to play, so it's like.
This is a Zelda machine.
Hey,
I feel like
come
charging full
on.
price for Zelda is fine, but like other games, like 1-2 Switch. Like,
That
was
was ridiculous. They
retarded,
charge
yeah.
$60, 50, right? 50.
that could have been free, really.
I wouldn't even play if it was free, honestly. I mean, it's
Really?
cool, but like, it looks like you can make it in Photoshop, like all the images and everything. Like, it's just a screen, like a blank screen that just has text on it, like "Look at your opponent," and like some
Well, most of the
quirky
video,
animations.
most of
It's
the budget probably went from like the videos they made for every single mini
That's
game. So that's
stupid.
probably why it's 60.
I know,
Yeah.
that's the stupid part about it. Oh man, that's like the one thing Nintendo got wrong. Like usually, like whenever you get like a Nintendo like free like thing inside of it, like Wii Sports was great. I'd even argue that Nintendo Land was pretty great as well for the Wii U. This just terrible.
Yeah,
honestly.
like Nintendo
Terrible.
Land.
Yeah,
Verbal.
that's like the one thing. I remember when I was actually looking forward to the Switch somewhere. I'm like, oh, I wonder what they're gonna do for like their packing game like they usually do, and that was such a disappointment. Yeah. Not like you really get hyped for those games, but they're like a nice surprise if you don't have any games and you buy that thing.
Yeah. Something to cover up the drought as well. At least it's
Yeah. Yep, I'm still gonna get a Switch eventually. I mean, I'm not really craving right now. I'll probably get it in like September because that'll be after
Yeah.
Lost Legacy, after Knack 2 and stuff. And like September is usually a dead month, so yeah. That seems like
Is
a
there-
perfect
Yeah, but
time.
then in October, there's so much, and November.
But I'm not gonna buy it in October or November. I'd rather buy it in September when I'm free a little bit more.
Didn't you just say you're gonna buy
They'll
Knack
be
too?
selling out like crazy in
Yeah,
October
but
though, because that's
gonna
when
take me a day
Mario
or a
comes
couple
out.
days. Yeah, yeah. Well, yeah, that's the thing. I also want to buy Mario as well, so might as well
Sure.
get it in September. I mean, it makes sense.
Hmm.
September just seems like the perfect month. It's like so dead after Knack 2 and Destiny 2. It's like a free space to play Zelda.
What about
So
No
what
Man's
about
Sky?
that Division update?
Yeah, that's true.
Segue.
I have
Come on,
not heard about
Division.
this, so Josh, you take it
We
away.
should have done this when we
Laser
were talking
dates.
about Destiny though.
That's true, because they're similar.
Yeah, that's ironic. Josh talking about Division. Yeah, let's see.
Another casual
Kind
game.
of casually is. Yeah.
Casual games.
Uh,
Talk about casual games.
I'm surprised he doesn't play Ghost Recon
Honestly, I wouldn't even.
Wildlands.
I wouldn't consider Division casual though. If anything, I wouldn't fully consider Destiny that casual to an extent, but.
I consider FIFA casual.
Why is that?
I can agree on that. But no, so Division's getting an update coming out August 15th, which is it's like another. They basically for their year 2 content. I'm assuming they're working on Division 2 or something sequel based.
Is it getting
like
a
huge
sequel?
expansion for the game.
It sold well,
Huh?
right? It sold well, right? So it's getting a sequel.
I think so. Yeah.
Well,
I think it's
everyone
actually one of
bought
the
it.
best selling
and then it
IPs.
was-
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that Assassin's Creed and Destiny are the 3 most biggest launching new IPs or something like that.
Isn't Watch Dogs up there too? Like,
I think
they're all-
Watch Dogs, yeah. I think actually Watch Dogs was there, and then Division took its spot. I think. I'm not
Really?
entirely
Division's so
sure.
better than Watch Dogs?
I
think
yeah,
so.
I feel
I
like
could have
that's
sworn
right, yeah.
Watch Dogs was like
Yeah.
way more hyped than Division was.
Well,
I
I
feel
didn't think
like-
Ghost
yeah,
Recon. I didn't
I
think
feel
Ghost
so.
Recon was hyped, and apparently Ghost Recon sold a shit ton. So I
That's
still
true.
think of that one.
Who's playing these games? I don't understand.
I don't know.
They're kids, like my
it's-
brother.
I think it's the. I think actually of this year, it's the biggest selling new game this year, and
Yeah, it's crazy.
I
People
don't
just
get
are
how.
into
Well,
shit
I mean,
games.
like-
apparently.
Obviously, it's not gonna be us because like the people buying these games do not watch YouTube videos.
I'm
They
not gonna hate
just-
on it because I know there's a crowd
look
for
at what
everything.
comes
but,
out.
Yeah, it's just crazy to me how people pay $60. Well, I mean, it has a lot of content. I mean, I'm not gonna hate on it. I mean, the game's cool, but yeah, just not the best game this year, I'd say.
What Division?
No, Ghost Recon.
Oh, no,
Wildlands.
sorry. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Of course. Come on, Josh.
I'm into
you
outsell
shit.
games that get like
Start
10 out of 10, 9 out of 10
DMing me.
reviews and stuff.
Oh, Jane's on it again.
Alright. So, is that it for Division,
Oh.
pretty much?
Justin,
It's
that's
basically
your-
it's getting a new update, and it's gonna for the year 2 content. They are doing some more stuff. Like so I can't remember what's in it now. It's like they're doing some like kind of monthly event things and stuff. But,
Yeah.
it's just another thing. I think their next update is supposedly meant to be more story based, actually 1.8.
I see.
But no, it's another game that I think it has to be praised for the fact that they've actually kept it updated and not just given up on.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh, Justin
That's
had to
what I was
leave,
about the
so
game.
if you don't hear Justin, that's why he just had to leave, so we're going to continue without him. But yeah. Professional at its core.
Oh, who's gonna win the
Carry
podcast now?
on.
I'll end it or I'll continue. So let's go to Hellblade, I guess, because Hellblade got released this week alongside Lawbreakers, so I guess those go hand in hand. So did any of you guys buy Lawbreakers or Hellblade, any of those? Probably not. Huh?
No,
No.
Yeah.
neither of
Interested
them.
in Hellblade,
Wait.
but I haven't brought it.
Yeah, I think
Oh,
Dan
Lawbreakers.
and Ryan are looking into Hellblade. I'm the only one I hear that's bought Hellblade and beat it.
I'm looking into Hellblade. I don't know when I'll
But I think we
it,
can all
but-
talk about the reviews and what we think about Hellblade despite playing it. You know, so I mean, obviously the game's been rated very well. I mean, it's in the 80s for Metacritic at least. Seems to be
I'm gonna
doing very
check.
well. Yeah, I think it's like 81, 82, something like that. If you want to check, yeah.
I'm checking right now.
I mean, to me, I think that's completely justified.
Yeah,
if I had to,
82.
if I had to give the game a rating, I don't like giving games ratings. I don't do that for my reviews anymore. But I'd definitely give it around an 8 or something like that for the game, around that area. For Hellblade, so that seems about right. I hope the game sells well for Ninja Theory's sake because they
Yeah,
kind of
so do I.
put their whole thing into it. You know, it's like a indie game.
I think
practically.
it's actually a really interesting one to be praised to actually release, because I think I think I mentioned this last week, but I think indie games have more of a chance to be more unique because you've got more people working on these indie games. Oh, sorry, less people, but more people making indie games.
Yeah.
So you're more likely to get more different ideas for a game from several different people. And what they've done is they've pretty much they've called it an indie AAA. And I
Mhm.
think it has that kind of quality of being a game that you're not really used to,
Yeah.
while still having like the hack and slash combat that you'd expect from.
I know we
Okay,
all
so-
talk about how games haven't really done anything different this generation, and well, Hellblade doesn't really do anything revolutionary. It feels like the most different kind of game that's came out this year, at least for me.
Yeah.
In a way, because just the simple things all add up, like the fact it doesn't have a HUD, the fact you rely on audio more than anything, the concept that the games go for, or the game that what the game went for, just seems very different to what games kind of do nowadays, and just at least this year. So, hats off to Ninja. I mean, it's been a very unique experience to play, and yeah, I feel like it's been quite a different experience than you would with other games. So, yeah, I mean, yeah, I definitely think that praise has been.
I think it's
welcomed.
selling well
Yeah.
too.
You think it's
I
selling?
feel
selling
like
well?
it's,
I feel like I've seen
I'm
a lot of
seeing a
reviews
lot
on
of-
it. Yeah.
yeah.
I feel like the sales are going to spike. Like they've kind of day one is going to be like a pretty straight line, like a slow increment, and then the next day or next kind of week it's going to spike. Because
Yeah.
how many I've known so many people that have been like, oh, I'm getting it because of you said it's good, and
Yeah.
I think there's
Yeah,
a
it's
lot
getting
of people
good
that
word
do
of mouth from what I've heard.
Yeah.
I remember when it got announced like a
Yeah.
couple years ago. It's just like nobody knew about it, and then all of a sudden this week, all the interest has just spiked up based on like pure press sites just covering the game and everything.
Yeah.
Which has been good to see.
also the tech they have for that game is really impressive.
The
They
tech?
did something,
Wait, what?
yeah, like that. Okay, so just one example, or a couple actually. They did one Facebook live stream where they were answering questions that people had sent in on Facebook, and
Mhm.
what they did was they got the one who plays Senwa to go in like a mocap suit, and they put her in the real world
Yeah.
and had everything running, and she was talking as Senwa, talking to the creative director or whatever he is, and like it's. I mean, I watched it like more. I was quite kind of fascinated by the way they'd done that.
Yeah.
And another part, I think there's part of the game where this is just it's not really a spoiler, but I think there's it was a promo event thing they did pretty open, where I think she says like leave me alone, and she screams it, and everything goes from like fire to like completely quiet or something.
Yeah.
If
Oh
you
yeah,
play-
yeah.
you'll
I
know
played
what
that.
I'm
I know what
Yeah.
I'm talking about. Yeah.
They basically played out that scene in front of a kind of a crowd, but
Yeah.
they had her on like this kind of small square platform,
Yeah. So I know
And
what you're
again,
talking
she was-
about. I think
yeah.
I've seen that video. Yeah.
and I thought that was just, again, it was really cool the fact that she literally acted what was then on the screen, and I thought it was really cool they managed to do this blend of tech either
Yeah.
from the character in the real world or having her literally act in front of you and have it set up not
Like,
even
it's
on a
not
mocap stage or
post-process.
anything
It's
like
just all like
Yeah.
natural. Yeah.
It's all in real time, and
That's crazy. Ninja's really I like Ninja's so talented. It's just their games are really hit or miss in the past. Like I feel like Enslaved was cool, but it was seen as like a 7 out of 10, a 6 out of 10, like to some people. Like yeah, it's like their past work has
Well,
been
that was-
very hit or miss. But I feel like a lot of people have agreed that this game's been great, which is cool to see.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been enjoying the game a lot. So, anybody have anything to add in terms of Hellblade?
No, I haven't played it at all. So yeah.
How's
Oh.
the combat? Do you
Combat, I mean, a lot of people say it's very simple. It's very satisfying. Like when you do like slash against these enemies, it does feel like very fluid, and the animations are very good. I mean, Hellblade's known the Ninja 3 in general is really good for sword combat, are known for that. The combat, I feel like a lot of people will be surprised by. Like it's really fun. Like some of my favorite parts of the game are the boss battles because they're so fun to play, and they remind me of Bloodborne.
Yeah, it seems
So-
cool because like the only thing I know them from is DMC, but like just the comparison to that, like it seems like their other games are more like grand and just kind of on a
Yeah.
bigger scale, and this one seems way more personal in terms of
This
the
feels so
combat.
grounded, and just everything just seems
Yeah,
so grounded in this
that
game. Like
seems
Heavenly
really cool.
Sword
It
felt like
kinda-
God of War and everything, and like this one just feels like very simple in terms
Yeah,
of like
it kind of reminds me of The Last of Us to some extent.
yeah,
in
like the
terms
camera
of,
angle and everything.
Yeah.
Like very close to the back.
and that's
yeah.
that excites me. I mean, that looks very cool. But
Yeah, it's definitely their most
Yeah.
grounded game. I'd say that for sure. Like their other ones feel like very much like hack and slash in terms of like you see the character and you see all the enemies around you, and you just start spinning
yeah,
around.
like God
Like
of War.
God of
or
War,
something.
yeah, like I said, yeah, God of War. And this one just feels very different, like The Last of Us. And I think they definitely did it and hit it on the nail on, and they did good for like their first attempt at that at least. So
Yeah.
I mean, they have a full dead
actually-
diary of their experience all the way up to Hellblade. So if any of you guys are interested in it, it's pretty
Yeah,
fun
so
to watch.
what I was gonna say is about the permadeath thing. There's
Mhm.
an interesting thing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if someone's gonna consider that a spoiler, but
Yeah,
I'm sure.
I-
I'm sure.
I would
online you
consider
know about it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't consider this a complete spoiler. If you're gonna, were you planning on explaining it?
Yeah.
All right. So if you're like watching and you're really excited, but you haven't finished the game or
just
anything,
skip ahead like 2 minutes or so.
Yeah,
and
just
then
skip
maybe-
ahead, yeah.
Okay, I
But-
don't want to hear this, so
Yeah,
someone just write something in the chat.
Yeah,
when
we'll
you're
do.
done. Okay.
All
Okay.
right. See you, Ryan.
yeah.
All right.
All right.
Ryan's gone. All right, Paul, go into it.
So the permadeath isn't actually there,
Yeah.
as
Pretty
far as
much.
we know. Yeah. That's kind of weird because when I saw the game, I wasn't excited for it, but I was like, oh, permadeath, I might actually check it out. And then I saw that article, and I'm like, oh, that's kind of lame.
The thing is, the reason why they made it like seem like permadeath is they wanted to kind of put you in her shoes about how like each battle can be your last and something like that, trying to like make it feel more personal to you as well, just make it intense.
Right.
Which kind of worked because I was playing the game before that news article broke out, or I was just playing it like I didn't see it. And like I remember like struggling on the first boss battle because I was getting used to the controls, and I'm like, holy shit, am I gonna like get reset all the way back? And I'm like, I'm in 2 hours into this game. I'm like, oh, bro, I need to start like stepping my game up. And I just like started like
Yeah.
it just makes it more intense. Which is why I kind of compared it to Bloodborne because it felt like a lot was on the line at least in that first boss battle.
Yeah.
And Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. It's kind of. I was kind of disappointed by that, but
Yeah.
it's cool. I like how they implemented it into the story and
Typical
make it.
news outlets
you know,
ruining
the
the
immersion.
surprise.
No, I wouldn't.
Yeah.
No, honestly, like
I-
I wouldn't even call this like. I mean, I wouldn't have seen that and gone, "Oh, that's permadeath," because like the way it's worded.
I mean, it
it's
technically
like,
isn't permadeath. It's like a live system. I've seen people talk about it. I mean, permadeath really is when you die, you die. I mean, this game still has a live system where it's not like you're like if you die once, it's permadeath. You know.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
but-
yeah.
there's actually is a visual change that's implemented with each death as well.
Right.
And did you see that video, Fog?
Yeah, there's like a cap per like section
Well,
of the game.
Yeah.
Of how far the
And
thing can get up your arm.
The rot would slowly kind of go up to it, and the idea is they would get to a brain and then kill her, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
but
How do you know
doesn't-
that?
it's
You haven't
obviously-
played the game yet.
I haven't. I watched the video.
I'll
like,
watch the beginning.
I didn't watch the video.
You guys ruined it
I'm
for
trying to
yourself.
hide it, but I saw permadeath. I was like, oh well, that's gonna be really interesting. It's gonna be interesting to see how that plays out. And then like a few hours later, it was said and found out that that's not actually a thing. And
Right.
I really wish I could talk more about Hellblade because like that very end of the game, like that location, I just really wish I could talk about it. It's like so cool. Like it changes up kind of what it does, but yeah.
All right.
Maybe in the future.
We can get Ryan
Here,
back.
I'll type. Yeah, you do it. Yeah, Ryan can join back. Oh, Dan's
Did you
still
guys,
here.
Did you
Yeah,
guys see
fine.
the Jim Sterling review for Hellblade?
I heard he gave it a 1 out of
Yeah.
10 and then he
didn't he
went
give it
back
like a
on
3
it.
or something?
Didn't he get like
Yeah,
a
he gave it-
game glitching bug or something?
Yeah, so apparently there's a part in the game, or maybe this isn't a lot of the game, but there's a part in the game where you have to like walk through a hallway or not a hallway, but like a corridor, and it's all dark and you need to get fire or something.
Yeah.
And he didn't pick up like one of the torches, and it was auto saving, and so where auto saved was like in the middle of like 2 of the torches, but he couldn't make it to either one, so
I see.
it was just repetitive.
Damn, that's kind of spoiling the end, but yeah.
Oh, I have no idea.
Well, not really, but like I know what he's talking about between like the torches and everything. Just saying, you
I'll
need
remember to
your
make sure to pick up. the torch.
torches will be your best friend in the end of the game. Jesus Christ. Oh man. Yeah. I wish a lot of you would play it. Like,
I wish.
I
could
will.
have
I
played
will. Eventually.
that. I would
that's
have
cool.
liked
That sucks. I know what he's talking about. That must suck. Holy crap. Just thinking about it, man.
permadeath confirmed, basically.
That's his
That's
version of
so-
permadeath.
It's worse
Yeah.
than permadeath.
Wait, so did he end up finishing the game? Did he have to start all the way over or what?
I don't think.
I
he
don't
did.
think he's finished it yet. Yeah.
Because I imagine starting it over again would be quite a drag. That's the one thing about
He
Hellblade
did
that I didn't like is
re-review
the
it though,
yeah.
and he gave it like a higher score or
he
something
said
like that.
7
No,
or
he
something.
just.
7.
Yeah.
So I gave it a 3.
Well, no, he gave it a 1 at first, but then he re-reviewed it.
That's crazy, a 1. But I don't blame him because it's like only
Yeah.
what he's played. Like if it's a game breaking bug, then yeah. I mean, technically, if you can't finish the game, then it's not really worth that much. Yeah.
Right.
I kind of find that like why make a review on? I mean, I get that the game breaking bug is like it
Yeah.
broke the entire game. It's not working how it should be. So if you're reviewing it as a product, yeah, you can't fully experience it. all.
Well, he talked about. He said like a lot of people were saying, why would you review it? Why wouldn't you just let the developers know that? And
Well,
he said, well, it's like his
he
job to
did-
pretty much just deliver what he's been given and stuff. So
Well, yeah, but like,
He did take his review off Metacritic though. So
yeah.
oh, okay, fair enough.
I don't know. I feel like in that case scenario, that's just something where you do a review, but you don't attach a score to it at the end.
Exactly. That's why I don't.
Or you
like
make like
scores and
one
everything. It's
video
just like, oh.
expressing that you're not going to play it until that's fixed, and that's like a PSA kind of thing.
Yeah.
The game in general just needs a save system or like needs a chapter select or something. Like it pretty much after you beat the game, you can't go back and play certain parts. You have to restart the game all over again.
Is there a platinum for that?
Yeah, there's a platinum. It's very easy. It's just
Oh,
the
is
one
it?
thing
Oh.
is there's collectibles in the game, and if you miss any of them, you have to replay the whole game and get to that part again. Because there's no
Right.
chapter select. There's no anything
I think
like
I'm
that.
going to use a guide or something on the way through. Unless
That's
they
the thing. I
release
started
it
using a
twice.
guide halfway through, and I missed them in the early
Yeah.
half. So I'm like 3 hours away from the platinum. I just need to replay some parts.
I think devs need to learn with collectibles.
They need
Don't
to
give up.
add something. Like they need to like I want to replay some of the boss battles in that game. And it's just like you can't. You just gotta replay the game. It's just like well,
yeah.
yeah.
It's 7 hours, right?
Like 7-8 hours. I think it took me 8 hours, but I think I was AFK sometimes, like just in the menu. But
That's a
it,
good
I,
time
so-
it was
for a game,
8
though, in my
hours.
opinion.
It's like 7. Yeah, I'd say 7. Some people said 6, but yeah,
I mean, for $30, like
yeah, it's definitely worth it. I'd say for sure.
What about that PS4 5.0 update?
Yeah, so pretty much the PS4 5.0 update got leaked by Eurogamer. I believe they got like access to some files or like some, I don't know what they got access to.
I
But
think they got an early patch note thing.
Yeah, they got an early patch note description of some of the features coming in. The biggest one, notably, being that PS4 Pro users will now be able to stream to Twitch or whatever their desired platform will be to 1080p 60 because of the Pro's capabilities. Other things include like a rehaul system to the family, sub account system. They've added system downloads and some other system features to the quick menu thing, so you can check on your downloads while you're playing a game without having to go to the full UI. Other things they've added. What else did they add besides that stuff? That's pretty much it. Maybe a couple.
I
other
think they added something to do with like compilation. Like if you're gonna buy a Game of the Year edition of a game, I think sometimes the save from if you have the original and you want to get the Game of the Year edition with all of the DLC,
stuff. Yeah.
I think they're making it so that it will allow you to transfer saves, or they don't. The developer doesn't have to recode it so that it works with that first version of your
Oh,
save.
Okay. That's
I
cool.
think I from what I understood of what it said
All right.
at the end of that.
Yeah, definitely
I-
very lackluster. I think a lot of people were expecting bigger because of just the name 5.0 and
Yeah.
just the fact that they still haven't implemented a lot of like features that a lot of people wanted. Notably the name change thing, and also the PlayStation
That's
Now.
right.
Why did they ask about PlayStation Now if it's not an update? It didn't make sense.
I feel like that would be more of a
I mean,
service thing.
all
than
things were
they'll just
aligning to
do that.
PlayStation Now getting a rehaul. I mean, remember Ryan, me and you both got that application that
I mean, it
appeared on
might
our
do, yeah.
PS4, and then they asked it in the request. If you're requesting to be a beta tester.
It might do though. But
So
again,
is
I
it
don't know if
confirmed
would
that
be a
this is
system.
all PS4 5.0? Is it like only some of it, or
It's not confirmed yet. I think we'll probably get patch notes. All the beta will go out next week.
I
think
hope that's not it. I hope yeah,
there's got to be more.
that'd be very disappointing for 5.0. That'd be very disappointing.
I love the headline though of like Eurogamer's post. It was like PS4 Pro users can stream 1080 60 to Switch. I'm like, why is that your headline? And I start reading through it. I'm like, are these where's the cool stuff? And like it just
Yeah,
none
that's like the
of it
only
was
one
there.
that's cool, and that's not even like accessible to a lot of people since they don't have pros.
Yeah.
But it's cool. It's cool. That's definitely a good change for people. I mean, it makes it more worth it to have a pro, I guess. But
I
yeah.
They
guess
just
so, but I mean,
need,
you just buy auto, so,
like, hours played count.
That's
And that,
yeah,
I'm
exactly. That's what I
happy.
really want. I want that. That's pretty much the one feature I want besides name change. I mean,
I mean, to be fair, that could be in there.
yeah. I mean, other than
Uh,
that, what else would they add? I mean, there's some other like features like people want PS1 classics, but that's not really a change to the
It's
OS.
like
That's just like a change
Yeah.
to the store, really.
Yeah.
unless it was backwards compatibility. Some
Yeah, but
software.
that's not happening. PlayStation Now is still a thing. So
Plus, they know they can just remaster a PS1 game and then everyone will buy it anyway. So.
yeah, like Parappa the Rapper, they remastered those games. Well, not remastered,
Yeah.
but well, they did remaster, didn't they? Yeah. And then they
I think
also
so.
added to PS2 and PS4 some of those games. Yeah. Overall, I think we all can say we're pretty underwhelmed by it. I don't think anybody's really
Yeah.
surprised by it.
Yeah. Yeah, especially when it's like something as big as 5.0. When you see that, you think, "Oh man, it's gonna be something big," and then when you see the updates and how
Yeah.
like minuscule they are, it's just very disappointing.
Yeah.
I think the team just has like a quota. They need to put out an update every year. And
Yeah.
they're just like, I got this. That's it.
Yeah. What were you guys personally expecting for this update? So I know for me, I was just something related to PS Now, at least to me, was something I was expecting.
I was kind of wanted like just a time played on the game.
Yeah,
I
that's
find
also
that
like
those kind
another
of
thing. I didn't know if that was gonna be real because the
Like-
only thing I heard about that was from T-Dux, and he's not really reliable. But yeah,
The only, I mean, it's not PS4 5.0, but I heard earlier that I think Xbox is getting something to overhaul or not an overhaul, but they're getting something pretty big coming to achieve the achievement system.
mm.
But it's like it's just a shame there's nothing kind of like that. Like I just like changes to like or like an addition to like how something works because I feel like the trophy system could be expanded on.
Yeah, I definitely think
Awesome.
that things like collectibles, like if you need to collect 50 something, like it should give you a counter.
Yeah.
Like Xbox does. Or just go for something new, like try some new stuff out. I mean, do stuff that people aren't expecting that are good. I mean, that's what Xbox has been good at.
To be fair though, if the PS5 releases within 2 years and what you could say a year and a half at this point, is there any point in them trying to like bring this cool new feature for PS4 when they can go, hey, look, PS5's cool because it's got this.
Yeah, yes and no.
So-
I mean, at a certain point, I mean, PS3 was still getting some. Well, PS3 didn't really add much. I mean, I think
Well, yeah,
Sony
but
in
then
general
PS4
updates
came
usually.
out and it still adds a lot, kind of thing.
Yeah, but I mean, like basic things like I think a game like counter talking about how many hours you played doesn't need to be a thing exclusive to PS5.
Well, no,
I mean,
but
that's
it's
not like
still
a
a cool
selling.
thing.
Yeah, but it's
so-
not like really a selling point to a certain console.
No, I'm not
Imagine
saying
at
it
the
is.
E3
but
press
it's-
conference, they're like, now you can see how many hours you played. It's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I know. That's
No, but I feel like the live area that they have when you go like beneath the game is like really underwhelming. Like the way that they were bigging it up was that you could go there and you could see what's latest for that game, and you can obviously check your trophies, see what friends are playing it. You can see what
Yeah.
DLC is there, and you can like it gave you in-game information. I think shown there. Like if they could integrate more of the game into the actual PS4, like
yeah.
I just think that'd be cool. So
I don't think anybody uses the what's
you
new
know what I
section.
want?
Does anybody use that?
well, that was they're
No.
making it so you can follow anyone, even.
Oh,
if
that's
they're not
oh yeah,
friends.
that's right. That's another. Yeah.
No, which I think that's a cool thing, but I feel like they're trying to like make the PS4's like dashboard like really like a
They're
social
really trying to make it
place,
like
and,
a social
no
media
one
thing.
fucking uses it. Like
Yeah.
I mean, like I might like something from now and again,
It's
but
cool
it's like,
to see, like, but
I
it's,
never
it's
look
just
at it.
nothing that you would go out of your way to really look at unless you're bored or something. But I haven't
Yeah,
even done
exactly.
that. Like, I don't even know. I don't even remember the life I've ever done that really.
I just want performance issues. 'Cause I feel like the PS4 goes quite slow at times.
Yeah, people have
Especially
been
the
reporting that
library.
like the UI has been slow and stuff. I haven't gotten that. I mean, sometimes it will like take a little while to
It has
load,
moments, but yeah.
but very rarely to me. But yeah. Anyways, anybody have anything to add or?
Not really. No.
All right. Well, Horizon: The Frozen Wilds DLC expansion has been given a date of November 7th. I think this aligns against the Xbox One X, as well as some of their launch titles. People are saying it's going to be dead on arrival. What do you guys think? Are you hyped for Frozen Wilds? Do you think it's going to be?
I don't think I
good.
think that's a bad release date.
Yeah.
It comes out 3
I
days
just
after
gotta
World
play
War
the
II.
first one.
What first one?
Like the game,
Oh, the
not
main-
the. 'Cause I'm not gonna. Yeah.
Wait, this is
Yeah. Wait, yeah, Frozen Wilds is definitely. I think it's not like a standalone thing. So I've seen some people think it's like Lost Legacy. It's not, but
No, I know,
Yeah.
I know. That was an accident
Yeah.
when I said first one.
yeah. Well, I've seen some people in the comment section being like, "Is it like There's always stupid questions like, oh, do I need to own Horizon?"
Yeah.
So, yeah.
yeah. There's always the stupid questions.
But I
and
feel
they're
like
always the
why
one
is it? It's just couldn't you just push it back to like 2 weeks later? Like
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know.
21st?
Like, because I think World War II releases on Tuesday and that releases on the Friday, I think.
Yeah.
And actually, no, sorry, no, that's wait, no. No, that must be how it is. I thought COD's usually a Friday release. Past few years.
I don't know.
Wait, is
it,
like,
COD
head to
definitely
head
is like
with
November
Xbox?
4th. I could have sworn COD's November
It's
4th. I
4th.
think it is. Yeah, for sure.
I've got.
Tuesday.
Wait,
I've remembered it being Friday in the past as well.
November 4th is a Saturday. Okay, so it's not on the 4th then.
Wait.
Yeah.
No, Frozen
It
Wilds.
must be on the 3rd.
Yeah,
and then the
it's
7th is a
yeah.
Tuesday,
So it's the
following
3rd for Call of Duty, and then the 7th is a Tuesday for Horizon Wilds.
Yeah.
That's right. Because I could have sworn Xbox One X was launching on a Friday, but no, it's Tuesday
Yeah.
alongside Horizon. So yeah, I don't know. I feel like I might not even play it that day. I mean, it's not like I'm going to be playing much that week besides maybe COD, but even then, it's just like, yeah, it's just kind of a bad time frame.
I just want to know what's in it. Like
Exactly. Like we don't have much reason to be hyped for this thing besides that
you
one
know,
trailer that didn't really show
I
much.
s- they showed that the release date came out the other day, and I was like, okay, there's going to be some maybe some gameplay information. No, I
Yeah, they
opened
had
it,
a
it's just
release
the
date trailer,
date, I'm
and it
like,
just showed like more footage of like the trailer we've already seen, and then they just added a date at the end.
yeah.
Like
Oh,
this
that
thing's
was
coming
great.
out in 2 months, and you don't have much to show from it. Well, 3 months, but
I think it's gonna. I don't know if it's gonna be underwhelming. I think it might be honestly.
yeah,
Like, I'm not saying it'll be bad. I just don't
Just
think
more
it's
of the same.
they need to do something different. I mean, I'm tired of just DLC adding just more content to add more money and stuff.
yeah.
Like I think if
yeah.
you want to make more Horizon content, then just make it new, make it different, and then if you can't really do that with the base game, then just make a Horizon 2. I think that's completely fine.
to see how to make a good expansion, go and look at Witcher 3's Blood and Wine,
Yeah.
and then
Oh yes,
Sure.
definitely.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
and I wouldn't say necessarily Hearts of Stone, but that was only like £8 anyway. So like
Yeah.
it's pretty much like £20 spent, and you get. I'm pretty sure it's £20, something like that.
Mhm.
And you get like new features, entirely new location, new quests, new side quests, and like that's probably what Horizon will do. But they just feel like Witcher 3 added the new features, which didn't necessarily come into play like through the time you played. So by the time you'd finished it, there was still more things you could do. And then obviously there was
Exactly. I feel like
the
I'll be very
stuff.
underwhelmed if all it adds is just like a new location and new robotic creatures. stuff.
the progression in Horizon.
I think it's been announced there's new weapons though. I could be wrong though. I don't know. I haven't really been keeping up on tabs of it. I've only seen what we saw at the E3 press conference.
I thought the progression in Horizon was kind of simple. I think we've had this conversation actually before, and I got
Yeah.
like I think it just seems really easy to get like a purple. It takes you like a few hours in the game, from what I remember.
Yeah.
And
Dude,
I feel
what
like
I want them to do, I haven't played the game, but I think they should add like another skill tree for like a new sort of like
Subclass
item
or something. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I definitely
cool.
hope that there's stuff to be surprised. I mean, I'm kind of worried that they're not really showing much, which just means that maybe there's not really new stuff to show. It's just more of the same.
You have to imagine it's more of the same. I mean, it's coming out less
Yeah.
than a year after the original game came out,
Yeah.
which,
Right.
in my opinion, it's $20. They're not really advertising it that much. I mean, I don't know.
It's like even less than that if you're a PlayStation Plus member.
Well, yeah, it's like 16 or 15 or
Yeah.
something. But I personally think this game should have come out in like January or something when nothing's coming out.
Wait, the
think that would've been-
DLC?
I would have played it then.
DLC.
The
I was
DLC?
just
I
too
would've been a
busy
good
playing
release date for that.
Zelda.
Wait,
'Cause, like-
wait, you think the game should have came out like the previous game, or you mean the DLC should have
No,
came out?
No, the
DLC.
DLC.
Alright.
The
DLC, yeah.
Yeah,
I think January that would have been better for it.
yeah.
I
I mean, I
So,
completely think. I mean, I'm not
what I
saying
say.
that far. I think a late November would have been fine because nothing's coming out late November.
Well, the thing is that you have like, well, it's not just that. It's just that they're in October and early November. There's so many games that's going to last you pretty much all the way until Christmas. So like then you get Horizon.
I mean, but I think from
Zero Dawn.
Sony's way, it's like some games that like only play like PlayStation exclusives are like mainly like from looking what they're putting out. Like the last thing they put out is gonna be Gran Turismo Sport, which is October 13th or something like that. Something like that, yeah. And then the next, a month later, they're gonna come out with this. And there's, like,
Yeah, but
content.
Sony has showed that they don't really care about having exclusives in the fall. So
Yeah.
it's like, in my opinion,
I was
think it would
surprised
be
that Last
better
Guardian
for
came out in
sales,
the December time last year.
Well, that was the thing where they're like, they really have to push
Yeah,
it
they
out
had to push
before
it out that
the
year,
ends.
yeah. Or
Do
else
you
it's gonna
think
come out
that-
in the game, yeah.
Horizon will have a Game of the Year edition that will come out either late this year or it will come out in January. Because I feel I see that
January.
actually
I
happening.
think January, probably.
I think yeah. I think that would.
I don't understand
makes sense to
the
me.
concept of like game of the year. Oh, I can see why, but like I don't know. Like, what are they gonna charge $60 by just because the game's $50 now?
What-
like,
What
officially.
about Overwatch's Game of the Year edition, which is like the same game because everything's an update?
Yeah.
Did you see that? They're re-releasing Overwatch in a Game
They
of the Year
are?
edition.
Wait,
and
I
it's-
thought you were
and- yeah,
joking. What the?
and-
Yeah.
No,
That's
like
ridiculous.
they genuinely. I think someone was telling me their daughter bought it the other day, and I was like, "But
I
why?"
swear, like, why do
Like-
developers do these kind of trends? Like, there's only a Game of the Year edition if there's like you're re-releasing the game because you need to like manufacture more and more if more people want to play or something like that, or the fact
If-
that there's more DLC expansions to add on to the original game and the game's critically acclaimed.
If
Like
it's
I
a
can
game
see
like
Witcher 3 game. Yeah, I was
that's
about to say,
fine.
yeah, Witcher 3.
It
like,
makes
getting a Game of
sense.
the
It
Year.
makes instant sense.
Or something like,
like-
yeah, like that. That seems like perfect. Or like, yeah, that's a perfect example, yeah.
Or Destiny.
Or like Last
or-
of Us. I could see Last of Us getting like did Last of Us get a Game of the Year? Oh, remastered.
Yeah, well, that was
the
kind of
remastered.
remastered,
Yeah. Like that was.
But again, it
was
makes
left
sense.
behind. Yeah, but like it doesn't make sense at all.
I just think re-release is a pointless.
all it
especially
does
because-
is give you freaking loot boxes.
Yeah, actually, yeah, that's a good point.
I mean, I don't mind. I mean, I've played Overwatch in the past. I mean, I played on PC. It was pretty fun. I remember like really getting into it, and then I remember like stopping, like not playing it much, and then since then I haven't really returned to it. But I feel like if I did get back into
it
it, I
also
would get
gives
into it.
you it also gives you stuff in other games. So you get a Winston pet in World of Warcraft and stuff.
Mhm.
But I don't know. I wouldn't buy that.
Yeah.
And what is it?
Worth it to
It would cost more, wouldn't it, than the standard edition?
Well, it's $60, so it's just like the
So it's like a
Horizon
brand
now
new-
sells for like 40. It's officially $50 on the NA PSN store. 50, which is crazy. I
Right.
don't know why it's down that price that quickly. Because Uncharted 4 for like the longest time it was 60 for 60. I'm surprised. Like the game must be still selling decently well. Like it's crazy that it's already down to 50, which is cool. I rebought it for like 40 because I never ended up. I was like, yeah, we all know that story. But yeah.
A little off topic, but not really. When do you guys think Horizon Zero Dawn 2 is going to come out?
I don't think it'll be
PS5.
called Zero Dawn 2. I think it'll be like
Well,
Horizon something.
no, I know,
Yeah.
but I'm just...
I think
I'm not calling
Do you
saying
think that could be a
he thinks it's
launch
gonna be
title
soon.
for PS5?
That's the thing. I
Which
really
is
hope
not-
Gorilla is working.
It could be that maybe I would actually buy it.
See, that's the thing. That's the thing I really want from the next PlayStation. Like, I really hope there's like a Zelda-like title at launch, or like a decent title to like hop right on. Because for me, I always buy a PlayStation system at launch because I'm gonna buy a PS5, eventually. Like, of course, I'm gonna own one. So like I'm always buying like, yeah, ever since the PS3. Like if there was a system that came out at launch, I'd buy it. Like the Vita, I think I bought at launch, and so with the PS4. So there
Well,
needs to
wait,
be
so
a
Are
solution.
you guys on to the 2019 PS5 thing? 'Cause I think that's.
Yeah,
I
don't
think
that's
2020.
true.
I'm starting to think 2020 because I'm starting to look at like Death Stranding and Last of Us Part 2. And I'm also
Yeah,
the
you're gonna
major
have
thing
time for
is
those
that
games
Sony
to
doesn't want
release.
this to end that quickly. Like they're selling well. PS3 was a different story.
Right.
Yeah, that is a
So I
good
think
point as well.
2020. I think BG said it, and that's what convinced me. I think 2020 is the sweet spot. I used to think 2019, but I'm starting to sway to 2020 now.
I think
2020
I just don't think technology is advanced enough for it to be like a decent price and for it to come out and be more powerful than the
I-
PlayStation 4 by a large amount.
Yeah.
I'd be much happier if they released another version of the PS4 and delayed the PS5 for at least
the
like
fuck?
till
I don't want another
2021
Pro.
maybe.
I do not
No,
want
no,
another
no,
Pro.
no, no, no. Like I'll guess my point. But it will be like more powerful than the Pro, and it can maybe run games at 60 or something
That's
like
like
that.
another Pro. That's exactly what I said.
Yeah, no, but I
Yeah,
don't
but
know.
it's like
I,
smaller.
Yeah, but I just find I
Yeah,
don't
like-
know. I find the whole Pro concept
like,
just.
no, okay, so like in hindsight, like I'd probably prefer a new console, but
I don't like
I
midlife
don't
cycle
really
consoles.
feel
I'll
like
just say that. I just don't like them. Like if I'm
No,
gonna buy a new
like I said,
console,
I
I'd rather
prefer-
it to be either a slim model or just their basic model, and then wait till like the next system. I mean, the
I
Pro's
just don't
cool.
feel like
yeah.
the next console is going to be like a huge jump. Like I feel like PS3 to PS4 was a pretty big jump. Like
Yeah.
PS2 to PS3 was a pretty big jump,
Yeah.
and I just don't think the PS5 is going to hit it on that. Other than it's going to go 4K, and if they do 4K on every game and not 60 on the PS5, I starting to lose.
That
it.
would be so retarded. I don't
Well,
know why
that's-
they do that.
Like, I mean, like 4K I think is done because it's like a buzzword. So people hear 4K and like, you got to think like to us, you'd probably prefer 60. But there's probably millions of people out there who have bought a 4K TV, and they want like because 4K TVs are, from what I know, they've dropped in price by a lot more than they used to be. So I think the mainstream casual audience is going to be like, oh cool, like 4K, I'm going to get that game. I'm going to get the Pro for my 4K TV. And honestly, I mean, yeah, sure, resolution's cool, but I'd much prefer frame rate.
Same.
Personally.
I like 60 better.
Because at the end of the day,
That's the thing with the Pro. Like
What would
I'd
you-
buy a
what-
Pro
what-
if like a
what-
lot of games were 60 on it.
what would you prefer? Spend like your money on a new console and play it pretty much every game at better frame rate, and so it's all smooth, but you're still going to keep your same TV, or spend even more money on a 4K TV, still be at 30, and then be at 4K, which is not even true 4K on a lot of them. It's like upscaled.
See, here's the thing about that. Like, the only argument I'll make for that is that not only with the 4K, but also with the HDR that they have going on with it. Because I was at Best Buy like
Good
2
point.
weeks ago, and they had Horizon and Uncharted, and they did the thing where it's like, this is Uncharted on like regular PS4, and then they do like slide pan or whatever, and it'd be like, this is it in 4K HDR, and the HDR just really like to me personally, I would rather have that over 60 frames, but I'm not really a big frame rate guy, so.
I think it depends in a way on the game.
Yeah, I don't like. I don't care if it's like a single player game, but if it's multiplayer, then I kind of.
No, I don't want 60 for a multiplayer. Then it would be unfair though. Like if some people had 30 and some
Why would it be
had 60.
unfair if everyone has 60?
Oh, well, I'm saying if you ever buy if you buy a Pro model and they get 60 or something.
Oh, I thought we were talking about PS5.
Oh, never mind. Oh, yeah, were we? I don't know. I
No,
muted
right,
my
you
mic
should
because my
know
brother
we-
was like
we got
screaming
off
like
topic.
hell. So sorry if you can hear that. Yeah.
Dude, I don't care if they were to like bump the resolution down so the PS4 as like a base thing can get 60 frames.
Wait, you're
on a
talking about like
multiplayer game.
900p 60 or something like that?
Yeah,
No,
something like that.
Doesn't the
yeah.
Switch do that a lot? Like it's all 900p and stuff. Like a lot of games.
Yeah, Switch does. I think it does 900p 60 with Zelda. I could be wrong.
Yeah.
900p 60 is Zelda.
That's the thing. I think
and
1080p is the bare
1080,
minimum. I
30.
want a 1080p like at that point.
I feel like I don't know so much difference with 900. I think if you looked at them very closely,
Yeah,
Yeah,
but I mean,
900.
but if you're playing a PS4, you're playing on a TV, and that's going to be like a big difference compared to. I mean, maybe not 900 to 1080, but like, you know what I mean?
well, between 1080 and 4K.
Well-
What do you mean?
No, I'm saying 900 to 1080. Like, I think 1080. I don't
Oh.
know. I feel like. I mean, I do
Well-
want 60 over 4K, but I would rather have like a base at 1080p be the minimum. If I'm playing
I'm
on
pretty
like
sure
a.
Battlefield 4 is 900 at 60.
Well, I'm not if it's
but-
like yeah. I mean, it's all up to the developer, I guess you could say. But I think Fog was
Oh, yeah,
saying something
also
like in terms of Sony limiting it, like it has to be a base of something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to imagine that they're gonna really aim for that 4K 60 because that's what everyone like.
I don't know.
I
If,
hope
I
they
don't
go
know
for
if that's going to be
something like that.
possible already.
I mean, you have to because like
It's
the
possible
Pro now
PCs.
it's like you pick 4K.
Well, maybe
or
upscaled
60
460. Yeah, I could see that.
And then so what? The PS5 is just gonna be like, yeah, you pick again, but now it's native 4K. It's like
It better
what
be at
can
least
you-
60 for
what
like
can you
all
do?
games or something like that. Like most, I don't know.
I think what's the kind of not really depressing with it. It's kind of annoying when it's like you can start off a generation and be like, hey, it might do 1080 and 60. Like Battlefield 4 is good, and I suppose take the Battlefield games. It's just a good example. You know, they're like 900 at 60 or whatever they are. And then you'll go forward like a few years, and you'll get games that slowly drop more to 30 because everyone goes for the fidelity over the frame
I
rate.
understand that.
So you start off like, while not looking, that you look at them and go, oh, they look pretty good, and you know they run and they're pretty smooth. And then you get to the end of the generation where it might not be that like the smooth frame rate drops, but yet the resolution's going up or the game looks better. And like it's a shame you can't have that kind of like a clean slate of like kind of constant 60 and games get better looking rather than
Dude, what I think if they want like 4K, I think people should just get a PC because if they're willing to spend
Yeah.
like a lot of
Yeah.
money,
Well, I mean,
that's
yeah.
that's just like
but then same could be said about frame rate in a way.
I mean,
yeah, but frame rate actually affects the gameplay. 4K is just like a luxury.
but I mean, it shouldn't
You know?
like the PS5 should be a jump from the PS4. Like it shouldn't just be the same PS4 with just
Yeah,
different
yeah, yeah.
exclusives. I mean, there needs to be a reason why they need to jump up. I mean, you know, technology is always like the reason why like they need to, you know, PS3 obviously you do want to keep playing on that. You'd want to push
Well,
forward.
I mean that's what I'm saying. Like I don't think technology's gone far enough for like
Yeah.
the PS5 to be affordable and
But-
leap up.
Do you think then that there's a chance of if PS5 is backwards compatible, that's maybe why they're not doing the 60 thing? Because with PS5 you'll be able to have 4K and 60 because you can already have, or I suppose it's upscaled 4K now and 30. But if you have backwards
Right.
compatibility, could it upscale those 1080s to 4K and run them at 60?
Maybe. I don't know.
I wouldn't mind that. That'd be everything.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I really hope that.
So
in general
I
has-
can play Uncharted 1 to 3 in like
Yeah.
120 FPS on PS5.
That would be cool. I mean, the big thing
Yeah,
is I
that'd be
want
crazy.
PS4 games playable on PS5, like at least. So at least from the get go at launch, like if anything, I could pop in the Nathan Drake collection and play Uncharted 2 for like the 100th time on the PS5. Like if there's no
Really?
good launch titles, but I mean,
I'm gonna be honest. I've only beaten it once, Uncharted 2, or maybe twice.
and twice isn't bad. I mean, twice. I mean, usually it's only once for a lot of people.
I think I'm on my
Well, yeah,
sixth
but-
time this time.
I've replayed Arkham Knight like 6 times or something.
Oh
like
boy,
that.
nah, Dan's in here. You can't be saying that.
No, not Arkham Knight. Not Arkham Knight. I meant City. I
Oh,
meant
City.
City.
Okay, City's more forgivable.
I've played Arkham Knight like twice or 3 times. Though.
That's 2 times too many.
No, I did New Game Plus.
Yeah. When did New Game Plus
Maximum
start being a
amount.
thing? Because I feel like that's been like something new, like this gen. I mean, it wasn't new this generation, but like I feel
No,
like
it was like last gen.
really, like I didn't remember playing a lot of games that had New Game Plus. Maybe I just didn't
Tomb
like
Raider
what
had
All the
it.
Arkham games had them.
Well, I mean, I know
Yeah,
Arkham in
I
general
think
had
the only
them.
one
I
that didn't
remember
have it
that,
was
but like I don't remember other games having it. But like nowadays, it seems like every game has it. Well, not every game, but more games
Well, New
nowadays
Game
have
Plus.
it. Yeah, like where you keep over.
New
Like I
Game
know
Plus.
Horizon, other things like that.
I think some games need to learn what New Game Plus is and actually how to work it
Yeah,
as well.
that's true.
Looking at you, Final Fantasy
Yeah.
15. Yeah, Final Fantasy 15's New Game Plus is everything's the same level. It's just you keep all your stuff. So you go and like one hit and everything until
Bruh.
everything.
That's
reaches your
boring
level,
though,
which
isn't
is-
that boring?
Exactly.
I
Which is
like
another-
Zelda-like games when they have not Zelda-like games, Arkham games when they have New Game Plus, because then you get to find stuff from the beginning.
Oh
It's
yeah,
kinda-
because you have more gadgets and stuff. Yeah,
right.
That's cool. Anyways, anybody have anything to add on the PS5 discussion, or do you want to move into our final question of the podcast?
How did we get onto New Game Plus?
Wasn't there another one?
What? Another question?
Blue
we brought Lawbreakers into the whole
is
thing.
busy on vacation.
Yeah, I copied that and
Yeah.
didn't even read it. I didn't even read that. I just copied it. And...
That's funny.
Go on, Brandon. You tell everyone about Blue being busy on
Blue being
vacation.
busy on vacation. What did I add that for? Was it? Oh wait, was it that one tweet?
I think so.
All right. Oh,
That
we're
one tweet.
family friendly here on YouTube.
Link in the description, guys.
Okay. If someone's gonna add that, maybe Justin. He's our usual our timestamps man. So if he wants to add that tweet in the description, that's completely fine.
There you go. That's the link
I
for
mean,
you.
if it's not even on our podcast, I don't understand how this is relatable at all. All right, our final review. I mean, our final question for the podcast, which is our only question for the podcast this week, at least. Make sure to submit your questions, by the way, for next week's episode. But he says 3 games that you want remastered, remade, or rebooted. So pretty much games that you want brought back, but they have to be added like remastered, remade, or rebooted, something like that. I'm probably gonna go more towards the side of rebooted because I'm kind of interested in that side because I feel like you get a lot of remasters and stuff. So yeah, if anybody wants to start with like games you want remastered, remade. I want Destiny to be
I have
rebooted to
one.
be good. No, I'm joking.
But I
Destiny,
gotta
yeah, that's
think of the
Destiny
other
too.
ones.
All right, Foggo. What are you saying?
I said I have one.
All right, then go.
What? I mean, all right.
I mean, it doesn't have to be 3.
So
I mean, we're
Dungeons-
just on the general
Dungeons
discussion
and
about
Dragons.
games you want to be remade and just remastered.
Okay. Well, I know it's already been re-released, but I want like Metroid Prime remastered because Prime 4 is coming out, and I gotta get that HD screenshots then on the Switch.
4K 60.
No, dude, that can't happen. Not on the Switch, dude.
All right. Trying to look at like some of my favorite games that I've had problems with that I feel like could be like done better. I mean,
I
one of my
actually have
favorite
one too.
childhood games was freaking Little Big Planet. I feel like that still has a place in like a market nowadays in the PS4. Like I feel like Little Big Planet 3, like a lot of people, it would have sold better if it was a better game or like was made by Media Molecule. So I feel like that would have been a good game to be like rebooted or done something different with, but like still keep that charm of Little Big Planet and actually like fix the issues with the jumping mechanic and make it better platformer in general. Because I feel like Little Big Planet has like really like simple problems that you could fix pretty easily, like things like the floaty jump mechanics and stuff.
Oh, I like the floaty stuff.
You do like it?
That's fun.
Yeah, it is. That is actually true. They do like a lot of cool maps when you get like launched in the air and you're like floating or something like that. That's cool. Yeah, but I mean, yeah. I don't know. I feel like that could have been changed a little bit in Little Planet. What else? What about remastered, remade, rebooted? I'm trying to think of like childhood games I played. I mean, I really started gaming back in like PS3. Hold on. You know, it'd be cool if we actually got like an Uncharted 1 that didn't have all those like wimpy controls. I was thinking about that, but that's not really like a.
I've
I don't
never actually played Uncharted 1.
Yeah, but that's like not a thing. Like I don't really crave like another Uncharted 1 or something. I don't know.
Could you imagine like PS6 when they like remaster the Uncharted games again?
Imagine that.
Dude,
What would
that
you call the
be ridiculous.
remasters? Would you call them
Just call it,
remasters?
like Uncharted.
The Uncharted collection,
The Uncharted
featuring
collection.
Golden Abyss.
What
I was actually, I was actually thinking about that
Oh,
the
that
other
would
day.
be
Like,
cool.
how much of a remaster can they do to like? Because I know Uncharted 4 they did like the whole facial capture, like not just the mocap and stuff. So like, how much can they really do to make it look?
That is true. Nowadays, it's not going to be like platformers are easy to bring back. Like we saw like a lot
Yeah,
of those.
like
but,
Crash Bandicoot.
yeah,
Like,
but like how do you bring back when like actual people were like the soul of that game when you had the face? Like it seems like that'd be very hard to upgrade
mean-
and stuff.
they're doing it with Metal Gear Solid 3. They're not remastering it, but I don't know if you guys seen the pachinko machines in Japan.
Oh, that pissed me off.
Oh, dude, that was crazy.
Why you have to bring back such bad memories?
What do you mean? You don't want to play pachinko in Metal Gear Solid?
Some freaking MGS3 remake in that engine. but-
Sounds like Dan's playing games. Are you playing FIFA right now or something?
No.
Sounds like you're.
He's
It
channeling his rage.
sounds like he's in the back of his room like playing or something.
No.
He's
I'm just
what have you been
channeling the
playing with?
rage.
this week?
I'm channeling the rage now that you had to mention MGS3 pachinko machine.
Mm.
What happened?
All right.
Hey man, I mean you always have Metal Gear Survive, so
Oh
I
my
mean,
god.
there's that.
Don't even get me started on the thing. I
You know
hope
what?
that game
Like,
gets
I'm gonna be
cancelled.
honest. That it doesn't. It look well. It looks shit.
I thought about one.
I mean,
Red Dead. I want remastered, remade, or rebooted. Well, not rebooted probably, but I just want like a remastered so I could play it.
In the chat.
Yeah.
He's got his
Yeah.
mic muted, dude. He just said that.
Oh, he
Justin
said that.
is
He
here,
said that in
but
the
he's
chat.
in
Oh, I
here
didn't
in
see it
text
now.
form.
I didn't see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Justin's back. His mic's muted. I don't know. Yeah.
He's gonna do the outro in Discord. You're not gonna see it. It's gonna be on text.
Yeah.
When is
Yeah,
when is
we're just
Jaden
gonna
one
end
coming?
it.
Well, nobody's talking about their freaking things they want remastered, remade, or rebooted.
All right, I have one.
All
I have one, I
right,
have one.
all right.
Okay.
Mine's Red
This
Dead
isn't
and
re-
the other one, Little Planet.
Okay. I don't know if this is really. I guess it could just be a sequel, but I want like another or rebooted PlayStation All Stars Battle Royale.
Ooh,
I think.
yeah.
That
I mean,
they
but I
have to
want a
do that.
sequel though.
Well, whatever. I mean, who cares?
Yeah.
Like, just totally rip
But
off.
you can't
the Smash
remaster
Bros.
it and
Go
like have the
all-
old
Just make
characters.
it. Yeah.
No, I'm not
You
talking
need
about
new characters
remaster.
in
I'm
it.
talking about more of a reboot.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like, just
Okay.
like,
Yeah. Like a second coming.
Like-
yeah.
yeah. And don't do the stupid thing where you can only get kills when you have a level. when
Yeah,
you
that
have
was
a-
bullcrap. Like, and then you have to grind
Yeah,
all the way
that
back
was
up to
retarded.
that.
on with
Stupid
that.
crap.
Just totally copy Smash Bros. Have Aloy, have
Joel and Ellie
know.
have Knack.
Joel and Ellie, Knack.
Don't have
Uh,
Delson.
Yeah, Delson.
Bring in
Rowe.
Crash if you can get
have-
No,
Activision to help
don't
with
have
that, I don't know.
Delson.
Bring in Spyro to get Blue happy.
Sam Drake,
No, don't bring in
Sam
Sam Drake.
Drake.
Leave him out. Leave him out.
Rafe Adler,
Nah.
Bring in Rafe.
Maybe
That would
bring
be
in
cool,
the
Nadine Ross.
Nadine
bring
Ross
in
just one
Bloodborne,
hit
the Hunter.
kills everyone.
The Hunter and Bloodborne.
Person ever.
what's a super?
Oh,
just,
yeah,
like,
the
one
Bloodborne
kick across
guy.
Yeah,
the
the
screen.
Hunter.
We know you're a badass.
Oh
and
no,
all, Nadine.
Gurman.
Bring in the
That would be cool.
Saw. No, I'm joking. What else would they add?
Knack.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Jeff the
Knack,
cameraman.
yeah. Jeff the cameraman. No, Jeff's the guy filming the battles. There should be like a filter
No,
to the
but-
battle where you just get like the recording, like camera filter.
Everyone talks about like this generation hasn't been many like new IPs, but like there are so many new PlayStation icons that have come out this year
Exactly.
that I feel like having a PlayStation All Stars Battle Royale.
Like
2
now's the
would be
perfect time with
awesome.
God of War and like all these future games like have like even
God
Days
of War,
Gone.
You have
yeah.
Days Gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
You can do.
Like, this is the perfect time to
girl
do
from
it.
Beyond Two Souls or something.
this is honestly the perfect time. 2018 is like the perfect time to
Um,
release that game. Honestly.
I would personally love it at the end of the generation as kind of like the send off gift. Like this is all the games that came out and stuff, and just have them all in a awesome
Yeah.
battle. That'd
Do
be
you
cool.
see them announcing that anytime soon? Because there's rumors.
I hope PSX, but I don't think
Yeah.
so. Because the
But it seems like a
the
game you would
company that made
announce.
it-
You wouldn't like really announce it like and then release it like a couple years later. It's like a game you announce, like kind of like Knack 2 did. You announce it and it comes out like maybe like less than a year later.
The only
You
thing
know,
I'm
they
nervous about is that
Go
I think Superbot made it or something,
Mhm.
and their studio shut down. So
Didn't
I don't
Bluepoint
know
help
who
out
would-
with that or something? I'm not sure if Bluepoint helped with the.
I don't know. I just know that the studio that made it got shut down, so I don't know who would make it, but
Yeah.
it would be cool to have. I'd love it.
I mean, if Knack's getting a
So
sequel,
you're
then I
right.
can get a sequel.
Oh yeah, definitely.
when how they should just copy Smash, but you know how many like Smash clones there are right now?
I
It's
haven't seen any
ridiculous.
Smash clones. What the hell?
I actually don't.
Yeah.
Dude, there's like at least 3 that came out within the past like 2 years.
Oh, what game?
1 second. Oh well, Brawlhalla, that's coming out.
Oh, like third party stuff. Yeah, maybe like small games.
Yeah, but is this all like fan made stuff? Like, is this?
No, these are like official.
I've heard of
games.
Brawlhalla.
Oh,
I think.
really?
I've heard about it. Yeah, but I mean, you can add your own spin on it. Just don't be stupid. Yeah, you know.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
have you be able to kill someone without having a super.
I mean, that's a
move.
great
That's, like,
start.
the only thing I
I
want.
mean, if you add all those characters and then like yeah, what Ryan said, don't make it only a super move like kills. That's already a great start to a reboot or a sequel. Do you think they would call it 2, or do you think they just completely just call it 1 again? I think it's good to just like reboot it
I think just call it PlayStation All Stars. Maybe not.
because it's
Battle
not really
Royale,
like
maybe
it's
something
not
else.
really a continuation. It's really kind of its own game. It's not really like Uncharted 2.
Yeah.
Like you continue that based on that.
I mean,
old
they don't call it
story.
Smash Bros. 2
Yeah.
and stuff. So
Nah, it's like Smash.
Maybe they'll just call it PS All
Maybe.
Stars too.
No, it doesn't need a 2 because it's not like continuing off the other one. It's just like its own game,
Well, yeah, but like
its own characters.
no, we have to
Well,
find out what happens after.
unless they
the first
remastered
story.
it and added in characters and just did it that way.
No, but I'd want them to change the controls and stuff.
Yeah, it needs to be a completely new thing.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, no, probably.
Anybody else have any games that you want remastered, remade, rebooted?
Oh, frick. I had one for a
I
second.
think of one that I had.
Oh, I don't want a remaster, but Darksiders 3 looks crap, and I want like a true sequel to Darksiders 2.
Get that shit out of here.
Yeah. I have one. But I don't know whether you could consider it. I'd probably say a complete kind of reboot / revamp for me of Splinter Cell, because we haven't had a
Yeah.
Oh, my
Cell
idea.
game
Oh,
in
yeah.
5 years, and I want a game that just goes back
Like
to
a good
stealth
stealth,
basics,
yeah,
like,
stealth. That's a good one. I haven't played
Yeah.
Splinter Cell much.
similar to Chaos Theory. I want a game that goes back to the roots of that. To be honest, like just give us a new game, because I felt like Blacklist was okay, but I don't know. I just felt the stealth aspects of it could have been a lot better, and that was like 5 years ago. I mean, It's like about 5 years ago. Like I just can't believe Ubisoft hasn't made a sequel to that game. Like we've heard nothing on that game for about what?
They
It's
did.
like,
I was gonna say at E3 after the conference, Jeff Keighley spoke to Eve Guillemot, who's
Yeah,
the
you talked about
CEO guy,
future.
and he
They were
asked
teasing it.
about. Well, yeah, they said Jeff was saying that a lot of people wanted said that there wasn't any Tom Clancy games announced, and a lot of people specifically wanted Splinter Cell, and he was basically talking about how Tom Clancy is still a kind of those kind of franchises are still ones they're looking at, and he said specifically about Splinter Cell that he says that they're not going to forget about that, and they've got some ideas for it. So,
Who's Tom Clancy?
but that
Still,
like
Who's Tom Clancy?
having some ideas for it.
I have no clue who Tom Clancy is.
You don't know who
I
he
don't know
is?
who he is. I need to look this up. I feel like everybody knows him.
Basically,
And I
he's
don't. Like,
a
He's the
writer.
guy who basically created
Writes
all the
most of the
books
stuff.
for the-
Yeah,
Yeah.
Tom Clancy's The Division.
yeah, I know that. I'll use
It's
his
basically
names
based
everywhere.
on novels that he wrote.
I know. I heard he was like, something about like novels or books or something. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I know him. No, I see him. All right. Cool.
But yeah, I get what you mean about Blacklist. I think it's probably my favorite Splinter Cell, but I don't think I properly played through Chaos Theory.
No,
Yeah.
Chaos Theory would probably be my favorite. That was really good. That was one of my favorite games back then when it released.
That actually
I
downloads
agree
a
with that
lot
choice
to
though,
play.
because that's a game that I've been wanting to play, and I feel like a reboot would be perfect to get into it.
I think that was the most critically acclaimed Splinter Cell of them all. It seems to kind of like go up. It's like a triangle the way that the series went in terms of its popularity. I think it's like kind of started off slow and kind of gets to Chaos Theory, which is the high point, and then drops back down with Double Agent, Conviction, and Blacklist.
Yeah.
I don't think any of them were really like terrible, but
Yeah.
going by the general consensus, that is something.
All right. Anybody have anything else to add?
I kind of joked about it, but I would like Metal Gear Solid 1 remastered with the Fox engine.
That'd be cool.
Oh,
No, that's pushing it too far with Konami.
yeah.
Well, that's kind of like
You're
that's what I'm saying.
standing way
pushing
out
it,
of line, right?
you know.
I don't think it's out of the question.
I
to be honest
do.
with you.
Honestly, I think
don't
there's so
think
much
they'll do it,
bad
but I
blood there
think
that they'd not let him. Oh wait, you mean Konami doing it or not Kojima? Obviously.
Yeah, Konami.
Okay.
Yeah, Konami.
No, not Kojima.
Oh, yeah, I was gonna say.
No.
I
Yeah,
was gonna
Konami's
say.
got the rights to it.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah,
Like you imagine that.
And that's possible
Metal Gear
for sure,
Survive
yeah.
comes out, and
but I don't think
People are
Konami's
pissed.
going to do that though.
I bet you Survive will come out and they'll be like, oh, we didn't meet sales expectations. I'm like, really? No shit. Go remaster another game. And then they'll come out with it and they'll be like, hey, look, guys, we're doing it. And everyone's going to really buy it. And then, like, oh, look. I think
but-
they should. It'd be better for them.
knowing them, they're gonna like half-ass it, and it's still gonna be like top down. Like they're not gonna make it feel like a modern day game or anything. Which
Oh,
I mean,
wow. That'd be really interesting if they did literally remaster it that much to make it, like,
Completely
close
different.
to the MGS5 in terms of its gameplay, but kept that.
that's
I
how
wonder, would
I
you
would
want that?
imagine it. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
That'd be interesting.
I don't know. I feel like it would be a different game. Like I haven't played it, but I think the top-down idea is cool, and it's kind of special for that one thing. And then they changed it. I like the changed format as well, but I think they shouldn't like change it to where it is now.
It'd be cool if they had two different modes to play it as, like original mode, where it's just top
Yeah.
down, but you know, better graphics, and then I guess modern mode.
Yeah.
That would be cool. Yeah.
But then, well, unless it was like, I suppose you wouldn't be like, you have to change it in the menu or something. But like, can you imagine, like, just like, you're like, oh, is there a guy around this corner? I'll just quickly flip the camera up and look over the corner. There he is.
Yeah.
I'll go around that way instead.
Yeah. Was it? Yeah, like Halo. Well, not this is like a bit of a stretch, but the Halo Master Chief Collection had like a little feature where you
Yeah,
can
they-
switch between the original version, but that's more like graphics, I guess. But yeah,
That was cool.
Yeah, that
though,
was really
like,
cool.
How quick you could
I
swap.
thought, yeah.
yeah, that was really cool. That would have been cool for yeah. I mean, that's like really hard to do, but like imagine if they did that for like Crash or something. Well, that'd be like pretty much impossible because like Crash was like a reboot almost. Well, not a reboot, but like a reimagining almost. Because like almost everything like texture wise was like completely different, just HD'd up and everything. But yeah, that's pretty much all my picks. So
I think for me, I mean, I was going to say Splinter Cell. That's
what he
supposed to
said,
be
yeah.
between Splinter Cell and MGS. Yeah. But I also had Jack and Daxter and Maximo. Did anyone ever play Maximo? I want to know.
Nope.
No.
No one ever heard of Maximo? It's like a third-person, sort of like RPG, but kind of like hack and slash. Very kind of old school. I think it was compared to Castlevania, I think, or Metroid. Not Metroidvania. It wasn't. There was a game called Metroidvania, wasn't there? Or am I just?
Don't know.
I don't know. I just
What?
imagine something like that.
Metroidvania. That's a
Metroid.
genre.
That's exactly genre. I'm pretty sure it's that of that genre. I don't know.
So you're gonna reboot
I
it?
can remember playing Maximo when I was. Yeah, what? No, like I think that it was classified as kind of one of those kind of games. And I died.
Which game?
Maximo.
Let me look it up. How do you spell
Capcom
it?
game. Maximo. They did two games.
Oh,
They did
that
like
was
Maximo
obvious.
versus Army of Zin, and then
I'm gonna look it up too.
Another one.
See if I
So it's-
recognize that at all. Wait, what?
it's like I really wish I'm kind of
MAXIMO.
Oh,
MAX.
like one of those 3D Metroidvanias.
Yeah,
I like those.
Wait,
a
how do you
lot.
spell it? Oh, I see it. I found it now. Capcom.
Max
Yeah.
IMO.
Nothing comes up for it until.
Oh, I wanna play that.
Oh, yeah.
Type in Maximo
Oh, cool.
PS2.
Yeah, I got it.
There's Maximo Ghosts the Glory was
Yeah.
the first game's full title.
Yeah, I see it. Interesting.
I want to play that again at some point. But on top of that, obviously Jack and Daxter.
Yeah.
I think I'd
Well,
like
this
a
looks
new
really
game in a way,
good.
but
Frick.
I don't think they'll do another Jack and Daxter game.
Yep.
I don't think you're going to remaster anytime soon since they're bundling,
Yeah.
Jack and Daxter.
Oh yeah.
Lost Legacy. So you'd imagine that, at least not for this generation.
Nah, it'd be a PS5 at the earliest, and I feel like they're gonna go for a new IP next. I feel like they need to, honestly.
Who?
Well, not they don't need to, Naughty Dog, but
Well, no, they would never go back to Jack and
yeah.
Daxter.
Well, I mean,
no
they
way,
tried
but-
to before Last of Us, but yeah.
I wouldn't say it's
Yeah, exactly. It's not
completely
impossible, but I just
like
think the new
completely
IP is way
out
better.
because they've already got concepts for it. Although they were going to go for like a really dark story, which I think would have ruined it personally. Like
Haven't they been getting
I think
darker
Jack
each
and
game?
Daxter's
Like the first one was like so lighthearted, and by the end it's like a gun. Like it looks like a
no. So the first one was very kind of like
yeah. It's like
I'm going to
E to the
compare
plus.
how visually it's like Mario
Yeah.
in visually like color. It's like then Jack 2 went kind of very urban and kind of went pretty dark. I
Yeah.
think that's the darkest out of all of the four. And
The third one, he's like so much
then-
older and everything.
Well, I don't think it's necessarily old, but
He looks
it's
older. Like, at
it's
least
less.
the
It's more
character
lighthearted.
looks different.
Well, yeah, I mean, technically it would be, but
You know what I mean?
but like I mean, like I wouldn't say it's completely out of the question simply because I mean it's an open world game, but then Naughty Dog go better than that in a way. So
People,
they did.
I know Ryan made a video on this. Do you guys want Naughty Dog to go open world, or do you want them to stick linear?
No. No.
What?
I
I'm
think
sick
I-
of open world games.
That's the
right
thing. Like
I-
a lot of
I-
people
I think
want
the
open
only-
world, but like to me, like that'd be cool for them to try that out. But at the same time, I just kind of like knowing the linear things, and like I feel like it'd take away kind of like that charm, in a way. Like you think it wouldn't, but it kind of would. Like I like replaying Naughty Dog games and knowing what's gonna happen and stuff. Like I wouldn't want to have like quests and stuff.
looks like an experience.
wanna-
It's a one-time experience that's just fun to play through
Like
again.
linear
so you-
cool stuff. I don't know.
I want to see them make a game kind of like a Zelda game,
Mm.
but still, it's like half Zelda, but like half what they do. You know,
Well, they could do wide linear. They could just do more of that, but not
right,
keep.
but like
within
with
the
puzzles
world.
and stuff,
Oh, you mean like the
or,
different
like better
like
puzzles,
the dungeon room kind of
Yeah.
things?
So it'd be like a medieval kind of like wide linear.
Well, not
adventure,
necessarily
essentially.
medieval, but just
Yeah,
in terms of
yeah.
design.
I mean, like
I'm saying, well, he said
Sci-fi
it's like
was cool,
Zelda
too.
puzzles
No,
and
I
stuff.
thought he meant like in terms of design. It was like Zelda.
no, that's what I
Yeah,
meant.
Okay. Yeah. It'd be interesting.
I feel like Last of Us Part 2 will do more of that wide. I mean, I think it's inevitable they're going to do more wide linear stuff, but I think it works more with The Last of Us because I mean, it's cool like having a large explorable environment in Uncharted, but I think the downside with it is it's like there's not really much to find. Like, yeah, cool, you get to look at something, but there's not really much interaction with that other than maybe there's like a little kind of like a side conversation or something. But I feel like The Last of Us has a bit more interesting. So because not only does it has the world, it has the things you can collect in the world, both collectibles and actual like crafting not elements, resources.
Yep.
I just think it feels more rewarding to explore rather than.
Right.
But then at the same time,
I just like
it makes the environment.
I
feel
just
more
like
alive.
needing items to progress through
I see.
a certain place.
Yeah. I mean, Left Behind kind of had that where you need like a key to open a door and stuff and different stuff like that. But
Well,
Not
yeah,
much.
but
yeah,
like,
I know what you mean. It's not like that. But it'd be kind of weird to have like
You
an
know,
auto
I
game where you have like
actually-
an inventory and stuff like that. It'd be kind of weird. I mean, they could do
Last of
it.
Us kind of
but-
does that.
Well, that's different. That's just like a little crafting menu where you craft little stuff like that. But what he means
Yeah,
is
but
like a
it's not
Zelda
like-
Breath of the Wild kind of thing where you like have a whole like
Oh,
no, not like Breath
Oh,
of the
not like
Wild.
Breath of the
I
Wild.
mean, like the old ones.
yeah.
Like
Yeah, Twilight
and
Princess
stuff.
and those kind of things. I could see that working actually. Twilight Princess was big, but like it's still kind of in the realm of what Naughty Dog does in a way.
Right.
So like,
Yeah, that's what I meant. Not Breath of the Wild.
yeah, all right, I see what you mean.
I would like them to see do it. Like I would like to see them do an RPG,
No way.
but I think it's going to be
Yeah.
more in line with Horizon.
Go play your
in terms of its
Destiny.
RPG.
Go play your
That's
Destiny.
not out of the realm of possibility. I
I-
don't think that's out of the realm of possibility.
yeah.
I mean, when you think about it, Last of Us had RPG mechanics.
It had
in
mechanics, though,
very
like,
basic,
I mean,
but
I mean, to an extent, every
I
game
just
does.
I like I
I
mean,
know
to
you-
me
I
when
know
Naughty
you
Dog
mean.
games come out, they're
Uncharted
like a
does.
breath of fresh like oh my god, breath of fresh breath of
Uncharted does
fresh
the optional
air. Like
conversations,
it's
at least
nice
in
to have
full.
linear games and stuff that are just fun to play.
I guess so, but like I don't know. My argument to that is that when people are like, "Oh, I hate open world games," like me too to a certain extent, but I hate like the basic open world games, the Ubisoft open world games. Like I love Red Dead. I love.
That's not
The
even me.
Witcher.
Like I
even-
like even then, it's just like I know what you mean by how you hate open world games because of what Ubisoft does to them, but in general, like I don't find them as special as linear games in general. Like even if they're done well, I like linear games.
I don't know. I think there's something to be said about like a really.
Because I like linear. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But the
it's
thing
just
is, like,
that
there's
Ubisoft
always
don't seem to be
sacrifices when
ones.
it comes to open worlds. Like, Witcher 3, as cool as it is, like, there's not that sense of polish around every single corner in terms of, like, level design, in terms of, you know. I mean, it was good. I've been
I
playing, like, the first, like, I played, like, about first 6 hours or so I've seen how the level design generally is in the beginning. But, like, there's something.
You played 6
Yeah,
hours.
I know, but, like,
There's,
I played
like,
to that part where it opens up a little bit. Where, I mean, not the second time it kind of opens up a little bit, but, yeah.
I know within the it depends whether you mean like the huge open up to like the entirety of Velen, I think it's called.
I think so, yeah. Because White Orchard's when you start.
Yeah, White
right?
Orchard's
That's-
the
yeah,
beginning,
when you start.
yeah.
So Velen and Novigrad.
I
There's,
think it
like,
was Velen,
two
but I
that
could be
connected or
mistaken.
something.
But you know, as cool as it is, I just like having like super polished like linear areas, and I don't know.
No, I'm with you. Like, I don't want Naughty Dog to make an open world
Yeah.
game. I think it would be. I would be curious to.
Yeah,
play it,
I'd still play
but
it, of
only
course. I'd still
outside
play it. I just like I don't know.
No, yeah, definitely. It's just like
Yeah.
if they were to make an open world game, you imagine that would take as long, if not
It's-
longer,
yeah.
than making a
It's
linear.
just the thing, like yeah.
So then you'd have to wait so long to get another linear Last of Us game, which is what we love them for. So it's like, I guess I'd rather just take my linear game right now than having to wait like another 10 years
Yeah.
for a linear game.
Plus, whatever they pick is obviously,
And
as you say, it will just take longer, and it would mean not only in that development time, but also it would mean it would delay the next game coming out. Plus, I think if they do open world, I think that's too big a step for them now, in a way. Because if The Last of Us doesn't come out until 2019, that's
I
probably
don't-
not going to come out until PS5, really.
I don't think it's. I mean, Bruce Straley is coming back to Naughty Dog sometime around this year, and he's working
That's a
on a
good
new
point.
game. So
yeah, I found that kind of
we don't
weird.
know
I
what
thought
it is.
he'd be like.
But you would imagine, like, he doesn't really do anything narrative side. He does stuff more in terms of the gameplay. So you would imagine, what can you really do without having the story outlined? So an open world game
Maybe
kind of
Josh
fits
Scher will
that.
help him out with the story.
kind of.
I don't know.
Maybe not Josh Scher, but Sean Escage
Yeah,
could maybe help
as
him out.
well, yeah.
Guys that worked on Lost Legacy and
Yeah.
stuff. So I don't know. I hope that they don't go back to being a two development
Team.
team though,
I-
or two team
I
development.
think
Uncharted
what
3
they'll do
got
is they'll-
sacrificed based on that. That's not how it felt like. It
Well,
felt so
then-
rushed
but then Uncharted-
compared to the other
well,
games.
did it?
The
I
Last
mean,
of Us,
you know.
Uncharted 4, kind of had that.
What? Last
Like, I think the way that
Last
if
of Us and
anything, they'll
Uncharted
do it-
4 are like
okay,
two of the
Last
most
Us,
polished games ever. What do you mean?
I'm sure they were working. I'm sure Last of Us and Uncharted 4
Well, yeah, they
one
were
of the
split
two.
team.
No, they.
Still.
I don't- The Last of
But
Us
Uncharted
was half
4
of
was-
the team, but they had like double the time to work on that game.
Well, Uncharted
compared
4
to
started
Uncharted
off
3.
while, like, Last of Us was still being finished. But at the same time, after Amy Hennig got, laid off, we presume, then Neil Druckmann started working on that. That's when it became a one-man team, pretty much. Oh, like a one-team thing,
Yeah,
So,
they said that they scrapped pretty much like
yeah.
everything from Uncharted 4,
except for
so,
maybe the concept of the brother and stuff.
like some of the gameplay and
Yeah.
stuff. I think even the brother.
Well, the brother was
like,
supposed to be
that
the
whole thing
villain,
got
the first
spoiled.
trailer, where he's like, you left me rotting,
Yeah.
and that whole never looked back. He was supposed to be the villain.
I kind of wish we played that game
Really?
instead. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, because the thing is, I'd imagine if he was the villain, we'd get more time with Sully and.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't like
I don't
Nate.
know,
I mean,
just
I didn't
love
like
Sully.
Sam as much as a character, but I kind of like also seeing his brother like be selfish like that, and Nate learning from his past, being like it's not really that worth it. So I kind of like how they did that.
No, it was cool. There were moments in that game where Sam kind of, like you said, shows Nate the errors in his way. I
And it
guess
felt
you'd
like
say.
much more mature
But,
Nate. Like by the end, he realized how he looked like in these past couple games, and he's like, it's not worth it in the end. And at the end, he wasn't
Yeah,
even
but
fighting
just
for the
for-
treasure; he was just fighting to save his brother. I'm just gonna.
Yeah, but just for the wrap up, I mean, like, I don't know. I would have loved to see more Sully.
Dude, that
but-
fight was so
Yeah.
cool.
Oh, dude, the dialogue in that fight was great too. Like, oh man, it felt so polished.
yeah.
Oh man, that fight was just great. Everything about it was great. And, like it felt like it was all leading up to that one moment where they just fought together.
I hate how they showed it in the trailer though.
They did. I mean, they showed off the burning
What?
ship a
Yeah,
little
they
bit,
showed it in one trailer. It was like they didn't show off actual gameplay,
but they showed
of it,
off some
but
of
they
the
showed
dialogue
off.
with them. Yeah,
Yeah, it was retarded.
yeah,
I wish I didn't watch that because that was so cool.
yeah. That's why we're trying to go in blind with Lost Legacy.
I want to go blind for Last of Us Part 2.
That's
but
gonna be even hard
I
for me.
know I
That's
can't.
gonna be so hard.
Yeah.
That's my most anticipated game right there. By a mile. Like, I'm looking forward to God
I'm
of
more
War a
excited for
lot,
God
but,
of
like,
War.
after God of War, like, there's, like, a huge step to Last of Us Part 2 that I'm looking forward to. Like, I'm more
Yeah.
excited for Last of Us Part 2 than I ever was for Uncharted 4. I think.
Oh,
I think.
really?
And I'm, like, a
Wow.
big Uncharted fan. Like, I
Wow.
love
I don't
Last
really-
of Us. Like, it's such a good
I-
game.
On it, I kind of like, for me, I think the reveal of The Last of Us Part 2 is much better than Uncharted. Like, I don't feel it was as, because you think they had the teaser trailer and it was just called Uncharted,
Yeah.
and then they later on did the kind of one where Drake gets up, and then obviously, I mean that was a cool reveal, but it was like, it was just the kind of
Well, the
leading up
trailer
to
was
that.
just to
Like,
kind
I
of
think you
confirm that
sort of-
there's going to be an Uncharted in PlayStation 4.
Yeah, but then they obviously did, like, when Drake was getting up, and the kind of
Yeah,
full
that
reveal
was
of the
kind
name.
of the full reveal of the game. I mean, I saw many articles
I
after that
still
reveal
don't-
saying like Uncharted 4 revealed and stuff. I was like, wait, wasn't this kind of revealed already? But yeah, go on.
I don't know. Like, I don't think I'll ever be more excited for any like game or movie than I was for Uncharted
Really?
4.
I mean, I don't think Last of Us Part 2 will be able to like
Like-
overcome like the beginning, but like I don't know. Yeah,
I don't know. Uncharted.
that is true though. Actually, I'm trying to remember like when I
Like,
first started playing.
the end of. I don't know.
Yeah,
But I think that no trailer will hype me up as much as the reveal for The Last of Us Part 2 because it was so unexpected. When
Oh,
it
I was
happened.
expecting
I
it.
didn't think we were gonna show it.
I was like
Oh,
looking
really?
forward to it because I
I
knew it was
did
gonna happen
not
based on
expect
Shinobi like hinting at it. He's the one like honestly insider that you could trust 100%. He's never been wrong really.
Wait, yeah, but he also said that they were gonna show Red Dead Redemption 2 at the PS4 Pro event, and they didn't
What?
show anything.
Shinobi didn't
so
say that.
I'm pretty sure.
I'm pretty sure he
Who
didn't say
said
that.
that? Then? I made a video on it, so I'll look up my video.
Oh, okay. Well,
Everyone go
Link
subscribe.
in the
to
so
the
should we end off the podcast here, or anybody have anything they want to say?
I was gonna say, I think
Uh,
in terms of the development for the next Last of Us Part 2, I think when Bruce Straley comes back, obviously that'll be, I imagine, shortly after Lost Legacy ships and all releases, and I think that they'll start working on another game. And by working on another game, I mean in the concept stages, because The Last of Us Part 2, from what we know, is in early production, which means it probably won't come out until 2019. I think it could come out at the end of next year, but
No,
I
it's
think
not.
2019
Oh
is more.
no, I'm even thinking 20.
No, I'm trying to think fall 2019. I'm trying to
Really?
think fall possibly.
Like early,
possibly.
like I mean, I posted something
I think
the
it'll
other
be
day
fall
about
2019.
Hellblade's, what you call it, the thing, like the release cycle, not the release cycle, the development cycle, and early production for Hellblade started in 2015 in like July. So 2 years later, or pretty much just after 2 years later, they've got the game ready and it's shipped. So I think 2019 is probably the most likely.
I guess so. I don't know.
I still think that they're going to work on another game on the concept stages and maybe get a few like rough ideas down of whatever they choose to go with. But then when it gets towards like the main because like another thing is, I mean, all development studios work differently, but we're going to take Destiny 2 for an example because that's all I use as an example.
Oh boy.
But I know, here we go. But the way that they were talking about it is that it's kind of the last month or so, they've actually had less people working on the game that will ship. And I think that's partly because of like holidays and people obviously taking vacation and things like that. But if they work the same sort of way, I think during the main period of development, that's when most of the team will collaborate to make The Last of Us Part 2, or at least to to work on different areas. But I mean, like, how many people are at Naughty Dog, and like, how many people are?
Isn't it like 400?
I don't think it's 400.
No, it's not 400. It's not 400. They only have a team now. They only have a team. They only have like one team now. I think it's like 200.
I thought they were like
Isn't it like 200
similar
and three?
size
It's like 200.
to Bethesda. So I mean,
Oh, but I thought
No,
they
they're
had
not that
1,000.
big. 1,000.
Last of Us Part 2 comes out tomorrow.
yeah.
No, they're definitely no. They don't. The reason why they don't hire too much is they don't want to lose that kind of family vibe where they know everybody and they know they're all like a family to each other. They don't want to become like a big corporation with their games and everything. I remember that them saying that,
Yeah.
which is good because you don't
No, they
Last was grounded.
Yeah.
Video.
or something like that.
Hey,
thought it
Justin
was
is coming
really
us
cool.
live from a
Yeah.
restaurant.
Yeah, I'm here.
Justin, what are
He
you
went
eating
from his
right
house
now?
all the way to a restaurant and sort of thing.
Yeah. I'm eating
How's the
rice.
service?
It's good.
Yeah, do you want to give a? So, what have you been playing or eating this week?
What have you
So,
been
like,
eating
what-
with?
Damn.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you guys are still going.
That's what she said.
Yeah, no, we're rambling on.
A long while.
We're rambling.
Oh, we didn't answer the other.
Exactly. I was trying to
the
say
other
that, and then you guys just kept going on about Last of Us like you usually do with Uncharted and everything. I was about to make a comment before that saying, "Hey, we haven't talked about Uncharted, and now here we go."
I know. Yeah, I was like, oh man, this is going good. This is the
Wait,
pacing's
what's the
going well.
next
and
thing
then
then?
Well, we pretty much answered everything.
Hang on.
Hey, Justin, any
No,
games
that's
you want
question.
rebooted, remastered?
Who?
Flight
Yeah.
Simulator.
My name is Mayo.
Spiral remaster.
Spyro Remaster. All right. There you go.
No, I'm kidding.
Blue Danger, where are you?
Hang on a minute, like Justin. So let me just ask: you're at a restaurant,
Yeah.
but where are you in the restaurant? Is there no one around?
No,
Because
there is. I left. I walked outside.
Oh.
no, I
Left this
see.
family for us.
We are a street family.
Nah, the food's not. It's like break time.
Wait, break time. What?
We have something that a couple of questions from Eric.
Oh,
Like
yeah,
what? Yeah, there's hamburgers or hot dogs.
Hamburgers.
Hamburgers.
Both. I mean, are you ever in a situation where you have to pick? I mean, come on.
Until now.
You usually just get
Until
both.
now.
Sometimes.
Well,
Alright,
yeah,
yeah,
if you're
but
gonna
if
pick
you're
what you want
picking-
for lunch, of course.
Hamburger.
Lunch? No, you make
Oh.
both.
Just make 2 burgers.
All right. Cool.
And there's one more question from him. He's loaded. He says, I'm thinking of starting my own YouTube channel. What tips do you have for making entertainment and high quality content on a budget?
On a
Especially
budget,
YouTube
I mean,
tips
I
and
definitely
stuff.
recommend the Blue Snowball microphone. Crack all your software.
Blue Danger, you say?
You could probably get. I mean, you don't really need 60 frames per second, so you could probably get by with like an Elgato or something. But even then, you could just use a regular PS4 capture card. I mean, all your systems are capture cards. So if you're on a budget, then just stick with the PS4. I think Jaden doesn't even have an Elgato,
Yeah.
and he still makes videos.
Yeah.
No, Jaden does, but he doesn't use it.
Yeah, he doesn't use it.
Doesn't he just like download other people's videos to use as his
That
background stuff?
and he also just uses the PS4, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. So definitely that.
I mean, like, even for
Exposed.
me, I don't have one.
Live on air.
I mean, I could get one if I wanted to, but...
I mean, that's right. You don't.
Oh, yeah,
That's crazy.
also-
Wait, that's crazy. Wait, what do you use for gameplay then?
Well, it depends, because sometimes, because back then, you know how I used to do more of those scripted videos? I would, like, just be using videos from online, but then if I'm, like, making a commentary or something, then I would just play a game and then copy
Oh,
it
you mean like
over
PS4 footage and stuff?
with the PS4, yeah.
Cool.
Because, like, I don't do it that often, so it's alright. I mean, I'm definitely going to get a capture card sometime in the future.
That's crazy. Justin almost has like 1K
Just
and doesn't even have an Elgato or anything. Like it just shows how easy the PS4
No,
is.
but
Good.
that's
Yeah,
the thing.
exactly. That's a good thing.
I'm saying,
That's what I'm saying.
like,
You
you
don't
don't
also-
need to invest in too much.
For the
Like,
YouTuber
the only
thing,
thing you need is, like, a mic.
Really, yeah, just a mic. Really, honestly. I mean, because you can get editing
Everything
software
else
for
you can get
free.
like a capture.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, you just need a good enough computer to edit. I guess I'd say. I mean, maybe learn how to graphics design, learn how to use it yourself. Yeah.
I mean, I learned how to use Sony Vegas, like,
Yeah.
just keep by practicing. By myself,
Exactly.
so,
Same with Photoshop as well for me and Sony Vegas. Just practice makes perfect.
Yeah.
So yeah. Any other questions?
yeah, for the YouTuber
Oh.
thing though, if you want to grow, don't be original, but you can put like original elements in it so
Yeah.
people don't get bored. Because people aren't gonna like find your channel if you're completely original. You know, they're not gonna want to watch it past the first 30 seconds if you're completely original. You need something.
I mean, your
familiar.
personality usually is
That's-
like different enough. I mean, why do people watch Justin when
Right,
they could just
right.
watch Robin? You know.
Oh my god.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I mean, that was also like a straight
I
fact.
think-
I mean, it's not like a complete roast. I mean, people still watch me and Justin. I mean, yeah.
I think it's not really a YouTube thing, but it's whether you're interested in it. But I mean, I can't really talk about the YouTube standpoint as such because I mainly do Twitch. I mean, I guess I have done sort of YouTube in the past, but I think if you have the means to, like, streaming occasionally is also good because you kind of bring in, like, especially if you have a bit of a background on YouTube, you not only bring people over from there across. Anyone that comes across you while you're streaming might see a video, and you don't know who will come. And yeah, if you're not interested in that, then that's cool. And it depends on what kind of videos you're making in terms of the time it takes to make those and whether you've got enough time to stream. But I think that can be an extra thing to do alongside you stream. I mean, like, Brandon, you do that. Like, you stream
And
like,
record or make videos
yeah. So
and do the podcast.
and a lot of the time, besides the weekends, you'll tend to have like even if you don't upload a video, you'll stream. So
Yeah.
it's like, and I mean, it's not original content, but you could even upload that stream to YouTube.
No,
It's not. I mean,
wouldn't do
that's
that.
I wouldn't say over. No, I know you wouldn't. But what my point is if you'll say. If you wanted to archive your streams, or you just wanted to say if you've missed, because Twitch doesn't hold your VOD
For too
or your
long. It does it
streams
for like 2 months.
But yeah, if you, I think if you're a partner, that extends, and obviously if you can actually create highlights of those streams if you
Yeah.
want. But if I don't know what the limit is on those, so I think exporting those to YouTube could be good, just if you wanted to archive them.
Yeah.
Uh,
All right.
so sorry, go on, like you.
Yeah. My only thing, it's like the most generic advice you can give is just like no matter what. Just
Yeah,
keep
I was
doing
gonna say
it.
that
You're gonna
too.
be shit in
Yeah.
the beginning. Like,
Yeah.
I'm horrible in the beginning. I'd like to think that they have gotten better, but I mean, obviously they're not like, super good or anything.
they're
But
good,
just
they're
like once you figure out your kind of flow and what you're gonna be doing, once you figure that out, you're gonna be popping off videos left and
Yeah.
right, and subscribers will come. And if that doesn't work, just make videos about Spyro, and you can get 1,000.
Oh.
And then if you have to go away, make sure you put a Spyro thumbnail on that video
Jesus
as well.
Christ.
Yes, because that's not clickbait at all. So.
Well,
And if you really want to make big bucks, make like toy reviews. You know, 'cause it's on the algorithm. Dude, they'll put ads on your videos. You'll get like 10 million subscribers within the year. You'll be making
Guaranteed.
Yes.
There is something to that. I did an Uncharted 4 NECA unboxing, and I did get like quite a few subscribers from that. So I think you have something with that.
or you can make a video
Yeah.
about like popular third-party releases like Assassin's Creed and stuff. And get over 100,000 views.
You could do that,
Yeah.
yeah. But say
Yeah.
any controversial.
Oh yeah, make sure to have safe opinions. Make sure not to give your own opinions, or else they'll get shit.
Yeah, make a video about why you think a game's gonna fail, and then
And then also contradict yourself and make it why you think it will succeed. Yeah.
I didn't say it'll succeed. I said why my opinion has changed.
Hey, we're all theoretical.
cuddle
We're
right
not
now,
talking
like
about
you're echoing.
anybody in particular, right? Wink, wink.
All right. Anyways, I need to go back to mine.
Go eat, and we'll finish this podcast.
All right.
All right. Well, we should probably end this thing because we're starting to get to like the second longest Game We Had Score episode ever. Maybe the first if we continue.
Dude, this is like we're on like 2
Almost
hours
an
now.
hour and 4. We're on.
Little
We've been
less.
doing it for an hour and 42 minutes. I think about.
It's crazy.
Yeah, and I just want to point out that Jaden had one question. He just sent me a message now, just late coming in, and he says, "Josh, what happened?" That's his question.
You didn't make the podcast and you were late, like every time. I think we can all agree. That's like the similar
There you go.
answer we're all
There
gonna
you go,
give.
Jaden. I hope you're satisfied with that
Yeah.
answer.
Yeah. Anyways,
Thank you for watching.
Yeah.
by the way, Jaden.
I guess I'll end off the
Well, thank you
podcast
for
here,
Wait, what?
bruh.
Oh yeah, no. I have one more thing
Oh,
to
shit.
say.
Okay.
If you want me back on the podcast next time, type in the comments. Bring back fog. No, hashtag bring back fog. Just at the end
That's
of your
gonna
comment.
be a true
All right.
test to see if someone actually watched an hour and 42 minutes of Game Minute Score.
Yeah.
Oh shit, the upload time's gonna be hideous.
Can you get it out for 8 p.m. though?
Shut up, Josh.
8 p.m.
That's
Martin,
hard. I usually do these things Sunday night. Nobody else does jack shit except for maybe the occasional Justin. The thing is, my
I
audio
got
has
half
like, a
of
lot of
these.
bumps. If you guys don't know, my audio stand has like a lot of bumps and stuff. So I literally have to rewatch the entire podcast to edit my audio out and just like cut it like down when like my bumps happen and stuff with the audio thing. So thanks guys. I'm gonna have to watch an hour and 45 minutes on some night of this podcast. Well, not that long. Probably will be like an hour or so, but yeah. Yep. That's why Justin does the
boy.
timestamps.
Wait, will he be able to do the timestamp this time? Oh yeah, he will.
I don't know. I'm gonna. Oh shoot!
Timestamps
When you guys
are
see
gonna
this,
be so
it's gonna be my first
retarded.
day of school. That's depressing.
That's
That's
exciting.
depressing.
Wow, that's a busy day. Guess what I'll be doing?
Playing Destiny.
No, I'll probably be writing
Oh yeah.
or dying.
Go
of
enjoy
something
Lost
else.
Legacy, guys. I'll be at school when you guys are playing it.
Or enjoy a different game because I'm not gonna play it.
Hey,
until, like a
Ninja
month
Theory.
later.
By the way, if you're listening, I sent you an email. I didn't get a reply. Hellblade review copy. If there's any chance of that, I'd be grateful.
All right, see you guys.
Anyways, guys, make sure to leave your comments down below or any feedback as well, because we're not perfect here. So yeah, I appreciate it if you stuck this long, an hour and 42 minutes, or if you just skipped ahead on the timestamps. Appreciate it as always.
Respect.
But yeah, guys, I guess from all of us, we'll see you guys. I keep saying guys like my normal intro or my normal outro. But everyone that's watching, we appreciate y'all. And we'll see you all in the next video or in the next podcast. Jesus Christ, I don't know how to outro podcast.
Next time.
Next time. See ya.